Alrighty, let me just do one thing for you here, guys. Something I had to take off earlier. Where's this bad boy at? There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, mine done too much. There we go. Hey, everybody. Voice is good. That's good. All right, perfect. Hey, Neil. Hey, Tony. Hey, everybody. I know this is definitely not the time we wanted to be seeing with all this crypto stuff going on. Let me see what I have right here. And let me see what's going on very fast here. I think we should be good. I'm going to pop this right here very fast. Probably can get rid of this green little buying zone right now. There we are. It'd be okay, I think. Sorry guys, just setting something up here. Alright, there we go. And maybe moving this over here a little bit. I think I can work with that. Alright, there we go. Hey everybody. Yeah guys, this is definitely not the best of days here. I was busy for most of the day, but I did notice the fake out occurring, so that's not fun at all. But, I mean, I guess this is a good opportunity to short if you guys haven't already. Hey, Sexy Georgette. Something's wrong with my screen, so I'm going to refresh it very fast. There we go. Okay. No, something. It must be a YouTube update or something like that. I can see that some of you guys are members, but the names aren't the same colors, which is kind of weird. But yeah, guys. Yeah, this right here, this yellow line. Actually, let me do the line right here. Just I don't know if it's like, oh, it is. No, let me make sure it's the exact number. 39,600. We really don't want to break down below this line. This is the line that we've been talking about for a while. Well, we don't want to close below the line, but we have yet to actually fall down below this level throughout this whole crisis that we've had over the past few weeks. We had an opportunity to break out yesterday, but man, got slammed hard by shorts. And I think it was a mix of shorts getting slammed, and then we also had a bunch of whales being, what's it called? Let me find this out here. And there you go. But a lot of longs getting liquidated as well here today. Pop that right back there. And I think we're good. Okay, I'll open back that later. Hey, Georgette. I am feeling a little bit better. Whatever's happening in my throat is kind of spreading to my ears, so I don't know what the heck it is. But what I've been doing here, I'm going to turn down the volume off my headphones. I got another COVID test today, so I'm going to see what happens when they send it back to me in a few days. Hopefully I'm negative and just have some type of cold or something like that. So as long as I don't have COVID, I think I should be fine. Let's see. So here. Hey, Alpha. Hey, Mike. At what price are you selling the SPY puts before the strike price? Yeah. If you want to like really guarantee you make some money off of those puts I gave you the other day, I would sell them whenever you feel like you made enough profit. I honestly have no idea when it's going to fall down, how far it's going to fall down. I just know, I just had a feeling, hey, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. It's probably a good time to buy some puts, and if war happens, then that YOLO can really make you a lot of money. So I would say, depending on how many puts you bought, of course, you don't actually have to sell everything. You could just scale out. Like, let's say your puts go up a few 100% or even 100%, whatever. If you wanted to scale out a little bit there, you could definitely sell a little bit. like half or 25%, and then YOLO, like see what happens with the rest of them. And because they were already they were YOLOers to begin with, you shouldn't have spent too much money. So you might have had an opportunity to make some money right there. Oh, hold on one second here, guys. All right. That work out there. Should be fine, I guess. Alright. Shoot, hold on one second here. I know the market took a dip today. I don't know. Let's see. Hey Alpha, what are your puts up to right now? I think mine may be up like 60-70% since I told you about them. What are yours? Because I know some of you guys bought at a better price than I did because I bought late on my own call. Hey, Jason. Let's see. What's going on right here? Hey, Neil. Yeah, they're just not coming right now. I just go through the little drive-through ones. They're easy. There's no line right now. So everybody freaked out a couple weeks ago, but I think most people are kind of over this wave, so to speak. Let's see. Hey, these. Yeah, I feel like it's some type of throat infection just after COVID. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping I get it over with, so to speak. This infection thing, whatever's going on my throat, has just not been pleasant. Let's see. Here. Let's see. Okay. And sorry guys, I got a whole bunch of random crap here at the moment. That should be fine. Alright. What's going on? Hey Travis, my stop loss triggered on my long, so I lost him earlier. Hey, as long as your stop loss triggered, you should be okay here, guys. For those of you guys that have longs that you really want to hold on to, you can definitely hold on to them. But this is going to be one of those key moments where we're looking at crypto. We're like, hey, we're back all the way here to the neckline. It's a pretty forceful drop here over the last few days. It was really a big fake out today, though. I saw in the morning and I was like, oh, Bitcoin's going up. Maybe, excuse me, I can make a video about this later on. And no, the next time I looked at Bitcoin after I got back from helping my mom to dialysis, it was down here all the way, and it broke down below the 3-to-1 Gann fan line. We're coming down now, so not the best look for the moment. Let's see if we can have a bounce or something like it. We're slowing down here at support, and remember the last time we came down here, we actually tapped down at how do I do this right here? Oh, my one. Why is it dumb magnet? We stopped at 39,800. That was the low. And right now, we've already broken down below that one here. Right? So, just barely, but we have reached that new low point here. So, we're getting closer and closer to that neckline. Alright, let me get this back over here. Alright. But this is our last big ditch, big level of support, so to speak. While we can, while whales could save us if we came down here and stuff like this, it can happen, but don't bank on it, I guess I would say. There we go. What's right here? Hey Courtney, hey Michael, the SPY puts are doing great, up 43% today. Just today, hey, that's fantastic. I'm happy you're making some good money off of those ones. I was looking at the market earlier and I was like, oh man, I might have lost some money on those puts. But then by the end of the day, I looked again and I was like, whoa, okay, there we go. I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but from what I heard, earnings were a mess. Peloton is down 24% today because they're cutting down production. That means layoffs. So be aware for that for the overall market. And I heard Netflix had bad earnings, so right now Netflix is down about 20% after hours because they're not getting as many new users as they thought they were. So, definitely an interesting time here. Let's see here. Hey Edward, why is Doge going south? Doge is only going down because Bitcoin is going down. Bitcoin is dragging the entire market down. Sometimes I have stuff going left, right, and about right on the screen or up and down. Bitcoin's taken everything down. And if you were here yesterday, I believe, we talked about how a lot of the altcoins looked bearish, specifically Matic. Here, I'll show you Matic very fast. Remember how I told you guys Matic broke down? And trust me when I say I know it looks crazy, but when a breakdown happens, a breakdown's happening. And Matic was that last big hope we had. And look at that. Right there. And now you see we're coming down even hard for Matic. And I think I told you it might come back to 178 or even one down to 150. So careful with Matic and a whole bunch of other coins. If you want to stay in certain coins, try to find the support level on a trend line and see if it's been holding or not. Okay. We'll look at a whole bunch of altcoins over the next hour, possibly two, if this is really going to be a big drop. If we kind of pop, it might be a little bit more of a lighter night. But if we end up breaking down below 39,600, we'll see what happens. But as far as all these other altcoins, we'll be looking at them over the next few minutes. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Give me some water here. COVID is no joke. There we are. All right, and just let me write some text down here because I know people are going to be joining up. Major support. Major support right here. Let's up that a little bit to 32 so people can actually read it. And there we go. Maybe we have a chance to bounce. And the line is right there. I mean, we're about 229 bucks, something like that, away from here. So this could be a buying opportunity if you guys wanted to buy at support. If you guys did want to buy anything related to Bitcoin, you could buy right now. I would just say you're going to have a very tight stop loss, which makes it a good buying opportunity, obviously, because if it does break down, then you're just out and you've lost maybe one. I don't even know what it is. If you bought Bitcoin right now and it broke down below, you'd be down about 0.5%, right? So it is a buying opportunity right now. We actually haven't been down this low in a while. So, but, you know, it's always scary to buy right here, so I totally get that. And a little bit of a bounce happening here. Now we'll see how big of a bounce it is, but again, this is a support level. Move this down right here. And that can go back there. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Sexy Doodle D's Google about Peloton. I would not touch that. Yeah, Peloton is a very strong lack of demand right now. That's what's plaguing Peloton. And if you look at the actual stock itself, you would have noticed that a lot of the ownership, the executives, they've been bailing out of that stock for a while here, and they've been selling massive amounts. You know, when your stock gets propped up, you can't really blame it, right? Let's see right here. Right, have something right there. And there. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Let's see. Hey, did you already buy more? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with buying at these levels. Again, if you're buying with these levels, you're hoping for a short-term pop-off, or maybe just a long. Well, you can hope for a longer-term one, but you just have to really honor that stop loss there at the 39,600. But if you buy right now, you should be fine as long as you honor that stop loss, because you're not really risking much for an opportunity to make a good amount of money here. Excuse me. And there we go. Let me. Oh, that's a picture I need to download and buy for a friend. Oh snap! What did I do here? No, I'll just let it go. There we go. Okay. Hey, Delilah. Stop loss right now for me is about 39,600, and the reason for that here is if we go over here and we see this massive head and shoulders that we've been looking at, right? Head, shoulder, you'll see the neckline here. If I can actually just go to BTC, I'll go to Coinbase one or something like that. Well, I don't actually have many. Nope. BTC. Coinbase, here you go. You'll see this neckline right here. This is the level of support we had way back over here. All right. So if we end up breaking down below this head and shoulders is going to complete, and you'll see, okay, the B-roll footage. YouTube, no, that's old stuff. YouTube files, patterns. You'll see this head and shoulders one right here. So I'm going to zoom in on it. Shoulder, head, shoulder will be coming down. All right. So that'll be the move that we see if it confirms, which means we have to close down below this level right here, 39,600. For now, we're trying to have a pop off here. We're trying to see if we can come back up. We'll see how that turns out, but there's an opportunity there to make some money. Let's see. It is pretty early in the night, I guess, for a crazy breakdown, but we'll see what happens. Normally they try to do it towards the middle of the day. When's the last time I checked? Just because it means that it's going to be harder for the candle to close above the price once they push it down right before the end of the day. And I'm going to go right here. Should be fine here. What are all these other coins doing at the moment? We have Doge down 2%, Ethereum down 3%, Sheep down 2%, Matic down 2%. So, you know, not many coins are having really rough days. ICP was down here a little bit. Oh, somebody's trying to bring us down here. We have a chance of a short-term reversal here. We have 5 minutes to really figure this out, I think, here. But, excuse me. You'll see how every single candle comes down just a little bit lower, and that continues the downward trend, right? We broke it here, so we might just find a way to come back up bit by bit. I mean, I would say overall it still looks pretty bearish, right? But for a short-term reversal, it looks like we might have one here. But, yeah, let's see what whales do. Whales have their own priorities at this point. Alrighty. I think we're good. Yeah, fine. There we go. Drink ginger tea. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff to help out my throat and things like that. It's just that whatever it is, it's not going away. So I'm gonna let the battle kind of continue in my throat, so to speak, and I'll see if this COVID stuff passes pretty easily. I'm hoping it goes a little easier. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, just loaded up on AVAX, Matic, Sheep, Doge, and Vichin. There you go. I mean, this is a good buying opportunity, especially if you're doing long-term holds. Everything's on pretty good prices. I mean, even ADA is pretty cheap at the moment. It's just a shame to see it come down like this because, you know, most people are going long on Bitcoin and not not shorting it, right? They are really trying to bring this sucker down. They are really trying to bring this sucker down right now. Let me find out this. Oh, this is. Hold on. This is not the Bitcoin I want to stay on. This is like hardly any technical analysis here. There we go. There's the Bitcoin we all want to see. Or at least I want to see. There we go. Got 2 minutes. Hopefully we can close above this and we can try to have a short-term rebound. Maybe. But we'll have to watch that one closely. 2 minutes. There we go. All right. Push that right there. What's right here? Make that go up a little bit. All right. Let's see. Hey, no worries, I happen to help you out. SPY up or down tomorrow? Oh, guys, we have no idea what's going to happen with the SPY tomorrow. I would say the entire market doesn't look really happy today. Now, I thought the market was going to be down today after the press conference Biden gave a while ago. But it started off like as a decent market today, then it eventually came down. Do I have FinViz on here? No, I took it off. See how the market started pretty nicely, and then it just crashed towards the end. A few days ago, I gave you guys a play for puts if you guys wanted to take it. I'm up like 70% right now in my puts. Some of you guys I know are up more than that because you guys bought in the morning instead of like during breakfast time, which was a little bit late to be honest. But I'm so happy with the way the position's been performing so far. But if you guys are looking at the overall markets here while we're kind of waiting for Bitcoin to make a move, let's go over here to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones broke down a few days ago. You can see how it's still coming down below the 200. We're very close to very close to a death cross here, where they're going to see the 50 moving average come down below the 200 on the Dow Jones. So we're most likely heading into a correction in an election year, which is going to be freaking wild. If you're looking for support at the Dow Jones, if you wanted to buy some stocks and securities in general, I'd be looking for when the Dow comes back down here towards 34,000. If it can hold 34,000, you have an opportunity to buy up some stocks, and hopefully, we may continue this run, but it'll, excuse me, it'll just be a little bit more slow and stagnant, which is fine as long as you're making money. Who cares? As far as the SPY is concerned, we talked about the breakdown that happened a few days ago. I told you guys about that play yesterday, I think. Yesterday, yeah. And then here we are today, still coming down here a little bit more. And yeah, we're coming towards the 200. We're about to have a death cross here with the 20 and the 50. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now, and not a lot of it looks good in the marketplace. And lastly, we have the NASDAQ. This one took a pretty hard hit. It's actually broke down below the 200 moving average today. So everything's been breaking down out of these nice trends. It doesn't mean necessarily these big bull runs are over, but it does mean that we're in a scary spot, so to speak. Is if this really starts to go down, we could come all the way back down here towards 12,000 or so on the NASDAQ. And while that's not necessarily a crash, you're going to see a lot of stocks come down pretty hard. You might see people get laid off because people are fearful of the economy. People stop buying as much stuff, so people are buying less stuff. Less stuff needs to be made, which means less jobs to make that stuff. And the cycle continues on and on and on. Oosh, yeah. And this is, let me go back to the SPY here. This is what we have our puts on right now. And you can see that right there. Excuse me. I mean, it opened up fine. But towards the end of the day, something happened. I don't know what happened. But it just started coming down hard. I should probably try to figure out what happened to the market today. I don't know if it was a decision or news or what was going on. But whatever it was, it really led to a strong move down. There we go. See, Michael, do we see SPY tanking to 400 next week? I mean, it might. Like, by no means, guys, am I predicting that SPY is really just going to tank like hard without a significant reason. It'll need a reason to do that. One of the reasons I said it was a YOLO play is because it's a really high risk play. And so there's two things that I was thinking about. One, we just broke down. It's a clear sell-off right now in the market, right? Now, it's not a crash. It's just a sell-off. The second thing here is there's a chance that Russia may invade Ukraine and that America may put a lot of sanctions on Russia, which will be like, it's not going to just hurt Russia when we do these types of sanctions. It will how do I say this? It'll hurt America, Europe, China. It'll hurt everybody. And because of that, it'll really hurt the financial markets in America as well as around the world. Yeah, that's kind of my reasoning for giving those YOLO puts. They're higher risk, but I mean they've been paying off so far, which has been pretty darn nice. We might have somewhat of a rebound here eventually or something like that. So if you guys do want to buy into those puts that I talked about, I have a video on it. I think it's like something like market crash war or something like that. But my point is, whenever you guys feel like you've made enough money on that trade, you can definitely start to sell off portions of your puts or your options just to make sure you lock in some profit. If you lock in some profit, you should be fine. There we go. All right. Let me do something on this end. There we go here. Making a move on this one. that's fine. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Yep. So we're trying to get pushed down here. We're really, really trying to get pushed down. Let me go there. Put that back up. Done with that. Okay, good. Sorry, my Livestream software just being so buggy today. And just so you guys understand, this is, if we're looking at the seconds chart, that's what we're trying to stay away from. There we are. Let's see. If the NASDAQ goes down, how bad would that affect crypto? It wouldn't affect crypto that much at all. Not if the NASDAQ goes down. If the crypto goes down, it'd probably affect the NASDAQ at this point. Hold on 1 second here. There we go. Okay. Russia never want to be seen as the aggressor invader, but the media will pump story about Russia invasion always. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on if Russia sends troops into Ukraine and if they take that territory. If they take that territory, it's going to be it's just going to be a nightmare for everybody. Nobody wants to have to deal with all that crap, right? Nobody wants to deal with all that. It should be fine for now. Okay. So here. Let's see. Hey, oh, thank you. It dumped after the Peloton halt. There was no other news today, as both Fox Business and CNBC were trying to figure it out as well. That must have been it. Yeah. Funny enough, I was on the phone with a friend today. He owns a marketing company, and we were talking about some changes for my channel, because you guys know I'm revamping the channel here pretty soon, where I'm going to give you guys a lot of breakouts and a lot more plays, a lot more educational content. I'm about to blitz a whole bunch of stuff. So if you guys want that stuff, please make sure to subscribe. But my main point here is, we were talking about, I'm losing weight right now. I'm on diets and all that stuff. And we were talking about maybe something I could do to lose weight. And I was like, I'm looking to buy a stationary bike. And it was like, buy a Peloton. And as soon as I search up Peloton, I see on the news, like, 10 minutes ago news, Peloton stock tumbles as Peloton cuts, not development, but cuts production because from lack of demand. And it was definitely a wild ride right there. So, the market's a little iffy right now, guys. I want to see over the next few months if people are still buying as much stuff. But you've kind of got, like, if you guys have been watching the news, whether it's Fox, CNN, MSNBC, you kind of have a vibe that even though the economy is good as far as it comes to what do you want to call it, jobless claims and the amount of jobs in the market and stuff like that, as excuse me, as good as the economy has been, because of the high inflation prices and high inflation with gas, food, cars, everything, people may not really have had much extra money to go buy all the stuff that they have been. So I'm wondering if people spend all this money on Christmas, now it's time to hunker down and just kind of wait it off a little bit for the average consumer. And that may lead to lack of demand. Heck, you remember, guys, it's not just Peloton. Netflix is down about 20% after earnings because less people are signing up for Netflix. And Netflix is raising their prices. Remember, Netflix used to be a lot cheaper than what it is now, and I'm still going to pay for Netflix because I'm not the only one that uses it. My whole family uses my account. But if I was the only one using my account, I would have probably canceled my Netflix account right now because, for me, I personally watch Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Hulu more than Netflix. And I have Apple TV. I don't even watch Apple TV, and I have Apple TV. But that's again because my family uses it. Let's see. Buy an elliptical, easier on ease. I am thinking about an elliptical, actually. No, not elliptical, the sitting down bikes. I want to do that, and I want to have one that's fancy enough where I can kind of recline it back and do some cool stuff with it, too. Hey, Discount Killer. If you're buying about like a 3 to 4 weeks out on those SPY puts I told you guys about a few days ago, it shouldn't matter too much of when you want to buy. If there is a bounce tomorrow in the market, you could definitely put a small position. And remember when I made the video, I especially said it's a YOLO. And but when I say YOLO, the reason you buy into a YOLO is to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money. But if you lose on that YOLO, you're like, who cares? It's like putting $50 on the blackjack table, $100 on the blackjack table, and you lose, or $100 on red, so to be great. But of course, you can win more than 100% of your bet. But I bought my strike price somewhere around $400. Some of you guys bought around $400. You guys also bought around 425 strike price for the SPY puts. There we go. See how that goes. There we go. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, hey, Ghost. Happy to see you. Sorry, guys. You guys can't see it, but I can see all of you guys today. But you guys know, normally you guys all have colors around your names. Like Ghost would be blue. Sexy K would be green as a member. But right now, I'm not seeing any colors, so it's so weird for me to like read you guys' comments. What's over here? Let's see. Hey, Teaser, howdy. Hope you're doing okay, my man. I don't have to hold until strike. No, you don't have to. When you guys are buying options, you guys don't have to hold. You don't have to hold till expiration. Whenever you want to sell it and you feel like you made enough money, you can definitely sell it. So one of the cool things about options here is you can't. When you're trading options, you're trading the premium only. So you're trading the difference in premium. So if you like, I bought my calls around 30 cents or so, and right now those same calls are worth, I don't know, 30 cents to, I think I paid like 33 cents at the time because I missed the proper entry point. But 33 cents. Trades option chain. Not January 22nd. I got to go out here to 11th of February. 400. Now they're at now they're at $1.47 today. Wow. Oh, they're up 61% today. That's why. Wow. And one of the reasons I bought at 400. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. And we popped right down below. Maybe we'll have a short little rebound, but that was it. We popped down below it. So the breakout pretty much is... it's not confirmed because the day candle hasn't closed. We have like another 20 hours until it does. But this is a major level of support that we have not broken since... When's the last time we broke this level? August 5th. August 5th is the last time we were over here. So now... we got to really see how much further this bad boy wants to go. But this, yeah, looks like a crash 2.0 here. Again, guys, hold on for dear life. If you guys want to sell some off, you can definitely do that. We might have an opportunity to bounce here later on. There's going to be a lot of limit orders around here, but a lot of sell-offs here too. So, let me go over here. And that major support popped real easily. There was not really a strong wall there. You can see trying to pump up here now, but... Let's see. Technically, we haven't closed below it on the 5 yet. Trying to have a little bit of a rally. Decent little rally attempt. There we go. I'll put this up here a little bit. What's up here? Hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I'm a little off today. I'm a little tired. After this, I'm literally going straight to bed. I went to sleep up 3%. What happened? Hey, Teaser. Shorts got liquidated and longs got liquidated and shorts took a pummeling. They attacked at the same time. It caused some chaos here. If you kind of go back to maybe the 30-minute chart, you'll see the pop when the breakout happened and the drop right afterwards. So we just got shorted heavily. Hey, I bought dumbbells and bench and bars all at Walmart. Only spent $300 3 years ago. It's worth it, bro. Hey, Brandon, I know I've been trying to find some stuff like that. Only thing is because of the COVID, so much of that stuff is out of stock right now, and I'm looking for a specific pair. I'm looking for those Bowflex ones that you twist. I'll have to check the website because I haven't checked in a minute here to see how they've been doing. And there you go. We're trying to have a little bit of a pop-off here. They're probably going to try to squeeze some shorts here because remember, usually when we break down or break out anyway, either way, we tend to come down, pop back off, and then this support level is no longer here, so it's easier to come down. So we'll see what happens here. But somebody is trying to pump this up bit by bit. Oh, what is this? That's fine. Alright. And do something over here. There we go. Alright. Should be fine. Let's close that off. Alright, perfect. Alright. Alright, perfect. Sorry about that. I'm just rearranging some stuff on mine because it's been getting hectic. There we go. Alright, perfect. Okay. I love my Ninja Fruity too. I have this a long time. Ninja Fruity. I love the Ninja products. Well, we're trying to bounce off here, so we broke support. That's really not a good thing here. But there's that short-term reversal we talked about a little bit ago. We'll see how this pans out. You could buy some if you wanted to, but I'd be very cautious at this point. Hey, teaser. Oh, wow. Yeah, $300 million long liquidation to the last 8 hours. Yep, exactly. They got hit hard. Well, I'm assuming a lot of people, a lot of the longs tried to cause the breakout that we saw a while ago. And because they did cause a breakout, that kind of concerned some of the shorts because that was an opportunity for us to close above that trend line. And then from there, try to go back up towards 45,000, maybe even up to 50,000. And to try to test out that next level of resistance. Since that didn't happen, now those whales got shorted out, and all that money being stopped up, taken out of the market. It really did put a number on us. Let's see. Hey, Ghost. That sounds like a pretty fun thing to do. I've never been on a hot air balloon because I'm too scared, but it seems pretty fun. Hey, Ken. Look at NVIDIA. Yeah, I can take a quick pick at NVIDIA for you. Let's see. There you go. It's close to a level of support here. Not a good level of support, but right around here at 239. If you wanted to take a small position that you could. But this is getting slammed pretty hard as well, just like a lot of other stocks. I'd probably look for support at the old breakout level right here at about 231 instead of 239 just to be a little bit safer. You did set a death cross a few days ago, and that was a clear selling point. Well, not a clear one, but that was a a bearish indicator right there. It's still far away from breaking out, though, so I'd be careful as far as what you're looking for here on an NVIDIA, right? That's the breakout zone. That's what you'd be looking for. This doesn't look too good. Actually, in fact, let me check out some of those old-fashioned stocks that we used to talk about. GameStop. What's GameStop doing? Still breaking down here. Not too much, but still moving down, and we all know that clear selling off point right here. That was the time to sell GameStop. Hasn't really been a... Wow, ever since the sell signal right here, there really has not been a good buy signal for as far as GameStop's concerned. That is crazy. Normally you have something to say, hey, let's go back into GameStop, let's go back into one of these other plays. But because the chart just looks so nasty, there was never actually a buying opportunity from a technical standpoint on GameStop. How's AMC looking? Down here a little bit. I mean, these could just crash over the next couple of days. They're consolidating, which means there's probably not enough buyers in the market, or not enough sellers. AMC can come all the way back down to like $14, maybe even $10 over the next couple weeks. This has an easier opportunity of breaking out, though, than GameStop does, but yeah, you got to be careful with some of these plays right now. There you go. Actually, while we're doing this, while we have Bitcoin here, I'm going to actually open this up, and we're going to go over a lot of the other coins here. So we saw Dogecoin pop back off, run into resistance from way back over here. Has not been able to come back up because Bitcoin's been coming back down. But you had that clear selling opportunity here we talked about a while ago. When Dogecoin broke down, that's when you guys needed to sell. If you guys are swing traders, if you guys are long traders, it's a whole different ballgame. And right now we're hovering over an old level of support. Our real level of support here for Dogecoin is around like 13.5 cents or so, though. I'll make sure I'm not kicking my dog. All right. Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum broke down. I mean, it broke down yesterday, too. We talked about that a little bit. Not really a crazy breakdown because it's only had like 1 tap, 2 taps, 3 taps. It's not so reliable, but it did break down. But major thing is we broke down below 29,000, 2,950. There we go. And so that's not a good thing for us as well. So you might see Ethereum come all the way back down here towards $2,700, $2,600. As far as SHIB is concerned, another breakdown opportunity right here. This was a clear point to sell it. I know it came back up, but when you're looking at the uptrends like this, that's a good place to sell. Yeah, it's at support right now, but if Bitcoin does hit that next leg down like we think it is now, because it did break that support level, you'll probably see SHIB come all the way back down here towards about 2040 as the last 4 digits of that number. As far as Matic is concerned, we talked about Matic yesterday. I told you a couple days ago, I said, hey, Matic broke down. It's probably the best time to sell the rest of your Matic off. And the Matic losses, I don't know how much have they been since the actual breakdown here. We can go from here, actually, since that's when most people would have probably sold it. Down about 5%, so not a lot. If you guys sold right at the line, you guys would probably have saved like 8-9%. So ADA is holding strong at an old level of support. That's fine. No death crosses here, but it hasn't. Oh, this hasn't even had any golden crosses yet, so that's why it's too much of a pickle. Ethereum Classic coming down here. Ethereum Classic had an opportunity to really soar, but did not take it. Support right there. XLM. Okay, it broke down a while ago. Yeah, look at that. Litecoin. Nothing really going on with Litecoin here. Support right there at 120. EOS. Move some stuff down here. Deal with that. XRP, Ripple. Ripple has support way down here at 62 cents, so I wouldn't be buying any of that now. STMX broke down, so yeah, all these breakdowns are being confirmed right now, guys. Basically, Bitcoin is following the altcoin market, which is pretty surprising. We normally don't see stuff like that happening. And right now, for a Sol, if you guys wanted to buy into it, $116 is going to be your level of support. Oh, excuse me, guys. FTM's been a solid trooper over the last few weeks, guys. It's now breaking down here. It's now breaking down. So I could see FTM coming back down here to $2.11. That's a pretty strong move down, and this requires us about 20% loss. That really depends on Bitcoin taking that next leg down, but I can really see FTM doing that because everything else is already broken down and they've been coming down pretty hard as well. And BSV is not too bad compared to everything else, actually. Right here. What can I do now? What's everything doing? Is there anything up at the moment? Atom is up 4%. Leo up 3. Yeah, the majority of what we're looking at right now is all down. This is going to be a short seller's market at the moment. Theta T-Fuel, yeah. Not really much going on here. Yeah, a lot of these altcoins are taking some pretty heavy hits here. Pretty heavy hits. There we go. Alright. And we're getting slammed again. We can't even break above the 20. We might just need more time. There's an opportunity for us to have a short-term reversal. Again, we'll see if this is going to be the bottom of everything. But if you guys wanted to buy around support, technically we haven't closed down below it just yet. Let's see. Hey, Ken, I'm looking for puts mostly for TA. Oh, technical analysis? Or TA? Or is that stock? You should be fine if you do most puts. I would probably wait, for maybe a little bit of a cool off where the market comes up for a day or two before moving back down, if that makes sense. Hey, Aaron, can you please check Algo? I can take a quick peek at Algo, yeah. Algorand, I think we talked about this a while ago. Down 8% right now. Yeah, it was a year to date. Actually, I'm going to go year. Is on TradingView. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember this because yeah, this has the support. This is the one that had the stop loss right here at about $1.26. Because if it fell down below that one, you can see some resistance up here, support right here, and it was support here. But as soon as we closed down below it, it was game over. So that stop loss was at about $1.26, and we're now to $1.13. As far as your next level of support that I'm looking at here, it's going to be anywhere from 91 cents probably up here to $1.11. That's going to be your buying zone if you did want to hop in here. But I would say be careful of this. We don't know where the bottom of Bitcoin is going to be if it really does continue this downtrend and back into the mid 30,000 range. Excuse me. But yeah, so careful with it right now. It definitely passed down that stop below that stop loss price. So most people probably that's why you saw the selling accelerate right there, because that was the stop loss for a lot of people. I would probably just take it easy with this one for now, unless there's some news coming out where it might go against the price of Bitcoin, right? Hey, Richard, thanks for joining the Ruby level again, my man. I really, really do appreciate it. And Richard, if you have any questions whatsoever, you know who to ask. And I'm actually gonna do a poll. And hey, Jen, I do have a Discord. I don't use it as much as I should, just because I have COVID, and before that, I'm so slammed with helping out my family right now. But I do have a Discord. You should be able to find the link down below. If it's not there, let me know and I'll pull up the Discord for you. But you should be able to find the link down there. Let me go right here to. Let's see. Right here. There you go. There's a nice little poll for you guys if you want to answer it. What do you think the price is going to be? I do the bottom of 30,000, the top like 45,000, something like that. So we'll see where we're going. Hey Ryan, what time does the daily candle close? On TradingView, it closes at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so 7 p.m. Eastern time. So wherever you are across the United States, that's a general idea of when it closes for you. Let's see. Hey, teacher, no worries. Let's see. Hey, Courtney, Michael does this usually kick into 5 to 7 days prior to expiration. So think of theta as like an exponential graph. So it depends not only on the time, but also depends on like the likelihood that it's going to close at that price. So if you have puts at $400 that expire February 1st, they're gonna decrease in value, the increase in theta much more than if you had puts at 425 at a higher amount, because that's closer to where the price would be falling down to. Does that make sense? Let me make sure I read your question again so I don't mess it up. But I mean, it's kicking in a bit every single day right now. If you go to TD Ameritrade, here, let me see. Back open this. Let me see. It's installing updates. Give me a second here. But if you go to TD Ameritrade, it'll actually show you graphs about the theta and what it looks like for the individual call that you're looking for. But right now, expect the theta to be low. It'll probably start kicking in and being noticeable about 2 weeks into 2 weeks away. And then it'll get really drastic about the time frame you put out. What's on right now? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Jason right there, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I believe February will be a green month. I'm hoping it's a green month right now. And guys, this is not just Bitcoin doing this right now. This is the entire market doing this. So just keep that in mind as well, guys. The American economy, it's strong, but you're starting to see cracks, and those cracks are starting to scare people, mainly because of inflation. Now, I don't attribute inflation to being. There's two types of different inflation when it comes to people. So the first type of inflation is like we're printing so much money that it's getting it's just messing with the overall market. It's like we've literally inflated the price of the stock market and stuff like that. But then there's the other part of inflation that happens to the more everyday American, where like you guys may not buy as much produce, or you guys might not buy as much meat because the meat prices are going up. Maybe you guys skip an extra road trip over there because gas has gone up like 100% or something like that, right? And when that happens, that means you're spending less money and pumping less money into the economy. When you guys, in a practical sense, let's say Secret Fish wanted to buy a Lambo, but the price of a Lambo went up 25%. so he can no longer afford a Lambo, right? And because of that, he decides, I'll wait for the price to go back down, so I am not buying a Lambo. If he refuses to buy a Lambo, that means the sales guy that would have made commission on that Lambo, he no longer gets that commission. The business no longer gets that money, and the owner, like the Lambo Corporation, they are no longer going to be getting as many orders because people like Secret Fish are not buying as many Lambos, and so there's like a multi effect on that. So Secret Fish, he has all of his money, he's fine. But the car person, he can't, maybe, he doesn't get that nice commission, that $5,000 commission, whatever it would be. He's not taking his family to vacation to Disney World this year. He can't afford to because a Secret Fish didn't buy a Lambo, okay? And because of that, Disney shows a slower amount of traffic, which means they're making less money, which means like the popcorn they sell, the cotton candy, they probably don't have to order as much of it, which means the people that pack all that stuff, whatever, you guys get how it's a total chain of reaction that can start off with just a small thing. And we're seeing that people have felt okay over time, you could say, in this economy, but fatigue is setting in. And it's not just COVID fatigue, it's financial fatigue as well. I think everybody keeps on saying that wages have gone up, but when you compare that to inflation, wages have gone down. So it's like the fake out of the century, so to speak. See. Hey, Cryptolution Revolution, love your show. Do you still like SMG? I still do like SMG as a long-term hold. It's just something I think is going to pop eventually, and when it pops, you sell it. I'm not talking about a Dogecoin pop. I'm just talking about like 1,000%, 2,000% pop down the road. But yeah, and one of the reasons I like it is if you go over to BitGet, I have a link to it down below if you guys want to practice trading with leverage. It's a great website. But my point is with it, is they have a lot of coins that have lower market caps, which I really do enjoy that, because what that means is you're not going to be forced to pay all the Ethereum gas fees that can cost anywhere from like $70 all the way to $200. You don't have to pay those fees. And when you pay those fees, it's a pretty hefty commission rate if you ask me. Let's see. Hey, Courtney, got it. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. Oh, I probably should have. Hold on a second here. It's gonna work right now. Okay, this is a paper trading account. Okay, this is simulated trading. So let's say I have a trade for SPY. Okay. Let's see. And here's one of the trades I did on paper trading right here. I bought, well, I only did a small amount here. This is the one I'm going to show you guys, though. I have like 5 different positions here on my regular account. There's one at 400. I don't know who it was. Somebody convinced me to get the 425 puts as well. Those ones have been pretty good as here as well. 425 right here. Just because he said he made a lot of profit the other day, so I was like, I better catch on. But right now, just for the paper trading, I just have this one. But if you click on this options for the put right here, and you go down. Make sure I can see this properly. Position, okay, that's fine. Product depth, options time and sale. Actually, we don't need the options time and sale here. Oh, this is gonna be a pain to do. I'm not used to. None of this is set up for me. No, it's not gonna work out here. Option statistics. Well, basically, there's a whole bunch of information you have right here that can help you out as far as when theta kicks in and stuff like that. You could also come over here to trade, no, options chain. Let me go back over here to this one date. You can change the information that you see. So right now you see last net change. You could change this off to right here to say delta, gamma, theta, vega. And if I kind of scroll down here a little bit, you'll see theta right here. Right now theta is 13, but you see the higher it goes, more theta, more theta, more theta, more theta, more theta, right? Or less theta technically, because you see this negative. As we get higher and higher, you're going to see less theta. So the theta already for the 400, it's already pretty decent. But if I go over here, this is 11th of February. If I go over here till tomorrow's and I come over here, you see how the theta for these prices is at 0, right? Because all the prices are pretty much 0. Keep scrolling up here a little bit till we actually have an opportunity, something more realistic. Yeah, there you go. See how theta kind of soars up right here? Time decay can get really bad really fast. All right, let me get rid of this. There we go. All right. Coming back down a little bit, but this is going to be a wild ride, guys, so let's just stay with it for a little bit. Hey, Ghost, can you use a better example rather than a Lambo? I know, right? A better example would literally just be gas prices. If you were thinking about how that inflation has really messed up the economy, it would just use gas prices. I like to go on road trips every year, but let's just use me. I like to go on road trips, a lot of road trips. I like to go on vacations. It's my way of just getting out of the world, getting off my computer, because I look at my computer screens way too much. You can notice behind me I got the big old TV. I look at that TV too much too. So let's say I normally go on a trip to Oregon. Right? Oregon has no taxes, so I like to just go not spend any sales tax, because in Washington we have a sales tax of about like 10-11% now. If I don't go to Oregon because gas prices are too high, that means the Voodoo Donuts gets a little bit less money because I'm not buying any donuts from them. If they don't have, if people aren't going there as much because of COVID and inflation, well, guess what? They might have to lay off a couple of employees. Now, Voodoo Donuts, they're not going to lay off employees, but you get my point. And because of that, those employees have to go on welfare, and that means they might not make as much money as before. And remember, guys, during COVID, the government gave out a lot more money in terms of jobless benefits. So instead of somebody making like $500 a week, they probably were making like $1,100 a week because of the enhanced $600 benefits. So they were able to have somewhat of a decent living, and they were still spending money into the economy. They were still spending. Well, if people are slowly getting back onto being laid off, and you saw the jobless claims start to rise this over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I think, they don't have as much money to spend, so they're going to be just getting by without the government pumping money to them to go back into the economy. It's not going to be the same thing as when there was a lockdown. It's going to be a lot different, a lot more painful actually. But again, this assumes that we actually head into a full-blown recession again. Right now, we're still in the who knows section. It really depends on what the market does, because I think if the market starts to go down a considerable amount, you are going to see mom and pop people like middle class. They're not going to be spending nearly as much money because they're afraid of what the market conditions might bring. Hey, Cyberzone, I would personally wait to see what happens if Bitcoin falls down further. You could probably do a small buy right now since we kind of hit support. But careful with Bitcoin at the moment, guys. I'm not adding any more to my position. I bought a while ago. I'm not adding any more to this position. Let's see. Hey, Heed, when inflation goes up, credit card debt also goes up, which is up substantially the last 2 months. I've noticed that. Well, so my credit card debt has gone up. I just pay it off at the end of every month, but I noticed since I put my gas on credit cards, because I get 5% back, 5% back, 5%, 10% back, whatever. They give me money back for using my credit cards, right? And because of that, I use my credit cards on gas. Well, sometimes I might just put $250 on a credit card. Now I'm putting like $300 to $400 on a credit card just for gas. And some people do more than that, some people do less than that, but it is a pretty crazy thing to see. Actually, I wonder if there's a let's see. Graph. Right here. No. Let's see. I was hoping there'd be some. I was going to see if I could find a graph about credit card debt, but I can't see any. Can't see any good ones here. Nope, can't find anything I can see at least relevant. Hey Jen, where can I follow you for options analysis? Just subscribe here. What basically happened is I was ready to revamp my channel and do a whole bunch of more videos for you guys. I unfortunately caught COVID, and because of that, my whole schedule got kind of messed up. There was a certain point where I could barely talk more than like a few minutes. I'm still having trouble talking for extended periods of time here. But what I'm going to do is start giving you guys many more options plays. But right now in this current market, there's not going to be as many bullish options plays for you guys to take. So you got to be very careful. Like I'm very careful when I give you guys plays. I don't give you guys willy-nilly plays. I made fun of a guy. I didn't make fun of him, but I was making the point yesterday. There's a guy on YouTube. He posted like, buy these 7 stocks. Now this guy got over 133,000 views on his video. A very successful video. That video probably made him like $500 to $700. All right. He made a lot of money off of it. Congrats to him. But all 6 of those plays lost a lot of money. 1 of those plays broke even. Okay, 6 lost a lot of money. 1 broke even. And everybody believed this guy, and he has a strong following. But he gave out some really crappy plays in a time when you should not have been giving plays out in the first place, which is why I wasn't giving any buy signals out there. And so I'm going to start giving videos like that, saying, hey, buy this, breakout. And pretty soon I'm going to change the name of this channel to Breakout City, because I'm going to be really focused on teaching you guys how to buy breakouts and getting you guys to just be consistent. There are so many ways to trade the market, and I really do believe just buying breakouts is the easiest way to make money. It really is the easiest in my opinion. Now, I use a whole bunch of other indicators and stuff like that. You can break out of Ichimoku clouds, you can break above moving averages, you can break above a whole bunch of stuff, right? So it's not like we're just going to be doing simple trend line breakouts, but my point is I'm going to be giving you guys a lot more plays. Some will be successful, some will not be. I'm going to be very, very picky about them, but I'm hoping that by being picky, I should be right at least hopefully 60 to 75% of the time. I'm hoping that's a good rate. Sometimes I'm 100% accurate with the plays I give you. Sometimes I'm like 50% accurate. So there's going to be a range out there, and I'm just going to try to reach that middle. Because the last 2 plays I gave you were both decent. Omicron kind of messed one of them up at first, but then it came back strong. But man, it was definitely a scary time. Like as Bitcoin tries to consolidate and move. The last 2 plays I gave you guys as far as options were concerned, one was AFLAC. And you see the breakout? The breakout actually happened right here. It crashed because of Omicron news, and then it soared back up, right? So it was a nice successful play. If you bought 2 weeks out, you'd be looking at good profits. The other one was CHST. No, CSHT. CTSH. CTSH? There you go, yeah, CTHS. And you see right here, breakout right here, came up, Omicron, but then it soared right up. So those are the last 2 plays I gave you guys. I have not given you guys any plays since then. And I mean, this play was given all the way back in December 15th. So I've been really picky about the plays I give you. Now, once everything, like the market turns back around and stuff like that, you can expect videos almost like daily as far as breakouts and stuff like that, and opportunities to buy and zones and stuff like that. But until that happens, I'm only going to be really picky, because I don't want you guys to lose money. And as long as you guys realize that, like, I'm not perfect, and you guys may lose money, you guys may make money. I'm not going to say I'm a guru. I'm just going to tell you guys, hey, here's a breakout. Here's what's going on. If we're breaking out here, all types of stuff. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that comes along with breakouts. It's not just the breakout. It's what is there a resistance close to the breakout. All types of stuff. Let's see. Hey, Heaton, as a realtor, I spend a lot on gas. Oh, I can imagine. You better do a whole bunch of tax deductions this year for all that gas you've been using. Let's see. Hey, Delilah. I think the best thing you guys could do right now as far as Bitcoin is if you got stopped out, there's a reason you got stopped out, and it'll probably be okay just to chill out for a little bit. And if you wanted to wait for another bullish opportunity, wait for a breakout or something like that and do a swing trade. I'm guessing it was a swing trade and not a long-term trade. But as far as a swing trade is concerned, yeah, you can definitely wait for something more bullish to happen, and you can buy on that breakout. So over the last, it's up to you to determine when you made enough profit and sell that swing trade. But here, so let's say we go over here to Bitcoin over the last few months. Crypto, let me go back over to Coinbase one. Excuse me. All right. So, like this. So if you wanted to buy, let me see a clear breakout opportunity here. So Bitcoin a while ago, here was that clear breakout that happened. You could have bought right here, here, anywhere, right? But the point is, you would have bought here on the breakout, and you could have you would have been able to sell anywhere you wanted to make some good money. it's not always that easy. Sometimes it's as simple as this one. Like right here, there was a fake breakout, right? So if you buy right here on the breakout, and it comes back up here over here, and it's hovering around $51,000, $52,000, you might want to say, hey, if it comes back down, like if I buy around here at 49,600, yeah. If it comes back down here, I'll sell all of my crypto and I'll break out even, but you might have sold some out here just to lock in some gains, and that's the profit you would have taken off, if that makes sense. So it's all about risk management. So as soon as you open that position, hey, when do I want to start taking profit? When do I want to start taking profit? And so forth. Right now, what we're seeing here is a couple different graphs, couple different trend lines. Easy one is right here. This is the breakout that we really need to break above. Who knows how long it's going to take? Might take a few weeks. It might take a month at this point if we take a pretty big dip down, because this is all the way back in March. Hopefully, it just takes somewhere in February where we can start to break out and turn around. Especially since we just had a golden cross. Excuse me, a couple death crosses here. Now, how would say this? We also have this one right here. This is the shorter term breakout. Yesterday, it was right here. If that makes sense. See how we're trying to break out? We tried today and got slammed down. So that's another level right there. If we break out above that, then you have to realize, hey, we have to break above the 20, possibly the 50 if it comes down as fast. So it's all about risk management before the trade and during the trade. There you go. Trying to hold on right now, guys. Trying to hold on. We'll see how long it does hold on, though. Let's see. Hey, Sister July, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, guys, you guys will see lots of YouTubers out there. Definitely check out a bunch of YouTubers if they talk about options and stocks and crypto. See if they're any good. Just make sure they're not purely entertainment. There are channels out there that are purely entertainment. So if you try to trade off of what they talk about, you're gonna lose money. But if you like watching those channels, you can definitely just watch them for entertainment value. Just don't let them guide your wallet, so to speak, because that's never gonna be a fun thing here. Bitcoin should try to break out above this 20 moving average here on the 5-minute chart. I'm hoping it does. It'd be a nice little cool down period. And again, it is pretty early in the day for this day candle to actually be breaking down below 39,600. We talked about this a little bit earlier. It might just break down a little bit later on in the day. So we'll see. Hey, Crypto Revolution. Will you have a set time every day a week? So as far as the streams go, I'm going to start streaming around 6 o'clock right now. That's when I'm 6 p.m. Pacific time is when I'm going to start my streams. As far as when I give you guys plays about options and stuff like that, that'll be whenever I find one. So I won't just have a thing saying, hey, here are the plays. What I might do is I'll do play updates, on a like whenever something is breaking out, I'll tell you guys about it. But maybe I'll have a Sunday update type of thing, saying Sunday watch list or whatever, and that'll give you all of the things I'm looking at for the week and the technicals for all of them. It'll be pretty dry. I'll give you a pretty basic understanding of what's going on, and then when it actually breaks out, I'll go more detailed. So the Sunday videos, if I do this properly, it'll be like, hey, everybody, here are 5 things you need on your watch list this week. And I'll say, Facebook, you see Facebook is testing out this trend line here. Wait for it to confirm the breakout and just watch out for that 20-day moving average, that 50-day moving average, something like that. And I'll have some diagrams, and I'll have some little charts, and I'll have some little cool features that kind of show you exactly where to look at, stuff like that. I'll do those. I think I'll do those on Sundays. That way you can start off the week knowing what's going on. But it'll be up to you guys to know if it doesn't break out, don't buy it. Because remember, until it breaks out, that level of resistance that trend line is still a level of resistance. Which means until it moves above that, it's still going to be like, hey, that's more of a time for shorting until it really pops up above it. Hey, Teaser, where's CryptoVisions? He stopped modding a while ago. I think he went off. CryptoVisions. I think he went off to go make his own channel. He went off to go make his own channel somewhere, and I'm not entirely sure what happened afterwards. I don't know. I know he was really big on Saitama Inu. What did this channel turn into? Dream Visions, I think. I don't see his channel. I don't know. I don't know. He's probably just living his life. Who knows? So here. Hey Ed, you could definitely buy some Bitcoin right now. I'd probably only do a small to medium term position, and I would really be using still 39,600 as a stop loss. If you really wanted to give yourself a little bit more of a buffer, you could do 39,000. But just be careful. This Bitcoin is looking pretty bearish right now, and shorts are probably going to try to bring this sucker back down later on in the daily candle. Let's see. Hey, Bulldog Trading. Are you rich from trading? Can we expect to get as rich as you from trading? I wouldn't say I'm rich, but I can live off of it pretty comfortably. I'm not, like, me alone is not going to make you a perfect trader, like a really good trader that can go 100% full time. I am probably 25 to 50% of the equation for you, depending on how much you use me. And like if you guys are members, you guys ask the questions and stuff like that. You guys also need to read books and learn some educational topics as you're on your own, just to get a better understanding. If you guys have a question, like let's say, you guys know I have books down below if you guys ever wanted to read different books about them, books about what's going on. You guys could read one of those books. If you guys have a question, you guys come over here, and if you're a member, you guys can ask me any question about anything you guys are reading in a book, and I'll be happy to do a little demonstration. Like some of the things I've done with you guys before is talk about Fibonacci levels, Ganfan levels, basic trendline supports, pattern workouts, stuff like that, moving averages, etc., golden cross, death crosses. So whenever you guys have questions like that, even more complicated ones, I'm always happy to help you guys out. But that also requires you guys reading the books and doing some practice and things like that, especially when it comes to patterns. My big thing right now, sorry guys, my room is like hot. It's imperative that you guys learn how to read patterns. Reading patterns is going to be the biggest thing you guys have to like really. If you guys don't learn patterns, the chances of you going full time in the market is probably like 5 to 10%. I'd probably say even less. No, it'd be way less than that. I'm trying to be optimistic for you guys. But here are just a few of the patterns you guys should learn. If you guys learn these patterns, it'll help you out a lot. And most of these you actually don't even have to know if you guys are doing swing trading on the day charts, right? A cup and handle doesn't really happen all too much on day charts. Inverse head and cup and handle doesn't happen too much on day charts. These happen more on 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts when you're doing day trading with very volatile stocks or very volatile crypto coins, right? So these don't matter too much. But all these other patterns, you want to learn all these and you want to understand what they are. And they're pretty darn basic. I mean, a triangle. This is one version of a triangle, another version of a triangle, another version of a triangle, another version of a triangle, right? There's a flag, a pennant. This is the same thing as a triangle, just a little bit smaller. A pennant right here, continuation flag. So a lot of this stuff is pretty basic, but you should be able to look at it on any chart. So, so you guys should be able to predict some of the movements that you see in crypto. And so we could look at this chart right now, and one of the reasons I like the second chart so much is because you'll see patterns within the seconds. You'll see levels of resistance and levels of support. You guys can you can almost imagine every single small tick like a day candle. When you think like that, it can really open up your mind. It's like, oh, okay, now I see what's happening. That's a level of support. Here's a level of resistance and stuff like that. Like right now, if we're looking at this, here's a level of resistance. Here's a level of support, and let's see what happens to this channel. If we break down, let's do a short. If it breaks up above, let's buy. And then if you imagine this as a day candle, right? A day candle, you like see how often, a couple days of going up, you could make some good money, especially if you're doing options or stuff like that. But just kind of watch this channel. In the meantime, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything at all. Broke down. 1 day going down, 2 days going down, 3 days, 4 days going down. Start scaling out. It'll pop back up. I'm already out of the position right here. Imagine that each day, right? And it might come back down even more, but you want to make sure you've locked in those profits. And that's why I like looking at the second chart so much. There's a lot of concepts you can do in just a fast amount of time. The only thing is, I always forget how much money I pay for Premium Trading View for you guys, but it can cost money, right? It costs money to get the second chart here. But you could definitely just do it on the minute chart. It just takes a little bit longer time. right? So, different types of concepts, and you can do stop loss. Like right here, we've broken out. It hasn't been gone down enough. We could probably continue holding. Yeah, I could look at it even more if you wanted to, but you know, it's performing okay. So maybe you could hold on a little bit longer. Hold on a little bit longer. See what happens. See what happens. It's not performing too well. Scale out a little bit. If it comes back down here to where you bought it, you can do the stop loss, and you've gotten only a tiny bit of profit. But now you don't have to worry about all this crap coming down here, right? You just have to imagine each one of these seconds as a day candle, and it can really open up your eyes and like just the basics of support and resistance and stuff like that. The only thing is, once you're actually doing the swing trading, boy oh boy, does it get a little bit more annoying, right? But yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of these lines. But you guys get the concept I'm trying to bring to you guys, right? Like here, we broke down below support, right? Oh, that's right here. We didn't actually close down below it. Broke down. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and coming down 6 days. You could have started to scale at any point in that, and then you guys would have made some money. And if it came back up, you could sell the rest of it, but you would have sold some here to lock in some realized gains, and you would have been able to profit from that, right? So you just got to understand the concepts behind trading. And of course, you could add patterns to that as well. But I was just using basic. I was using basic support and resistance levels, and you guys can kind of see how much I was able to. I don't know if I taught you really much there, but you guys get what I was trying to teach you guys. Most of you guys would have probably learned this a while ago, but you can see how you could use the second chart to really apply it, that information. All right, back over here. I wonder if we're going to be able to break above the 20 here. Hey, Sexy K, have a great rest of your night. Let's see. Hey, Sexy Doodle. Mike, let's hope for see SPY at 420. Wait, how much are you up? How much are you up, Doodle, on those SPY puts? I'm interested to know how much you guys are up on them. I'm only up like 70% or something like that, or 100. I don't even know how much. I'm up a little bit, but I need to be up more. Since they're YOLO play, I'm not really going to be scaling out, but I'd recommend you guys do it too. Scale out when you guys can. Let's see. Let's see what I'm looking at here. So far, we're just taking it easy, guys. We're trying to see if we're going to get slammed or not. There we are. Well, if history repeats itself, we should try to pop above this 20 moving average here, this green line, and then from there try to test at the blue line. Maybe break above it, maybe not, but we should have an opportunity to break out above the 20. Unless the shorts are really like, no, we're not giving you the opportunity to have any type of reversal here. We're pushing you down now. Either way, you know, it's probably going to end up being we're going down. But, you know, that's how it is at this point. Let's see. Hey, Six Doodle, you up 80%? Oh, that's freaking fantastic. Hey, Ghost, the push? I don't know. I think a lot of the original moderators, I think they went too heavy in on crypto. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a reason I always say do nibbles and smaller positions here, larger positions here, and use the stop losses. But I don't know where a lot of those original mods went. Kind of sad. I missed them a little bit here and there. So, but I got some of the core ones. Ghost is one of my most important mods. She is the most important mod I have actually. She's been around a long time to help us out. Before she was known as Ghost Rider. Hey Alpha, what happens to the put if you hold till the strike price? Do you have to sell before until it doesn't get exercised? No. So if you buy a put and it goes to the strike price, you're fine. It'll do what's called going into the money, which means it's now in the money, which means if it's in the money at the time of expiration, you have two choices: to sell it at the market price, which is not going to be zero, or you could exercise it for a short selling position for puts, for example, right? But if it hits your strike price, there's nothing to worry about. It means you're just in the money. You're just in the money now, and you're in a much safer position. Excuse me. But you don't have to worry if it hits. You want it to go in the money. If you buy something out of the money and it goes in the money, you would have made a lot of money. That's the point. Let's see. Hey Taco, yeah, busy, exactly. Yeah. Hey Ken. Oh yeah, guys, don't worry about it. I mean, I have enough mods for now. But Ken, if I ever, I know we all have our own conflicts right now. For heaven's sakes, everybody's busy these days. Hey, Doodle, if you hit 420 tomorrow, Monday, then you sell and take profits. Yeah, you guys can take your profits for those SPY puts I gave you anytime you guys want to. Anytime you guys want to. Whenever you guys personally feel you've made enough profit. I would just say don't be afraid of selling off part of them earlier on just to make sure you lock in some gains. If you lock in some gains, you're going to be much happier than if you just like waited, if you didn't sell anything and then all of a sudden it spikes back up and instead of making 100% profit, you're only making like 20% profit at the end of the day. Does that make sense? So make sure to have a scale out level here. Like if it goes down another 10, 15 bucks, maybe you sell a portion of your puts tomorrow. You don't have to, but that's just kind of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, baby, I'm all in. Just got to make sure you use money you can afford to lose. Hey, teaser, that's very, very important. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that at all. Do you think I can still go in on those SPY puts? I'm up 30 bucks on the ones I bought today. Yes, you can still add more to them. I would say probably best to wait for a short-term pop or something like that to happen first. But you could definitely hop on those SPY puts if you wanted to. Smaller amounts, though, right now. Or more likely, if you wanted to do them, don't be afraid of buying them out like a month out in advance instead of like maybe 3 weeks out in advance, if that makes sense. You want to have a lot of time to let the market kind of do its thing, especially if we're going to head, especially if there could be a war on the horizon. And if for whatever reason, if we have a massive spike, you could always sell off part of your puts right there. Not a massive spike, a massive drop because of a war with Ukraine, Russia, whatever is going on. If we have that, you can definitely sell off of like if your options up like a couple 100%, you can definitely sell them right then and there. Oh, and there we go, guys. Let's see. Major support. There you go. So you see how the support doesn't even really affect it too much. I mean, you can see we're holding barely. But yeah, this is not a good time for crypto. We didn't even get above the 20 moving average here. And there we go, down a little bit more. Alts. That's a pretty good breakdown teaser. It's much safer than what a lot of people do. Hey, sexy, I've done this before. I was in profits and I held all the way to expiration date. Guess what? The stock dropped and I lost money. I learned the hard way. We all learned the hard way. Guys, I know I've told you guys a lot of different concepts and things like, hey, sell this here because of the breakdown. And they're like, hey, it came back up a couple days later. And I'm just like, fine, you can hold it if you want to. And then it continues to go down a few days later. Like, and everybody's like, what happened? It's just... I can tell you anything you guys want to hear, and I can tell you guys like some facts about trading and stuff like that. But until you guys learn through pain, learn through the trial of fire, it's going to be much harder for you guys to take advantage of it, so to speak. Oh, and here we go. So taking a small little dip here. So we are getting pushed back down here, though. Ooch. It's right here. Alright. See you. Hey, all in time. Happy to see you back, my man. I tried options once, up 100%, got greedy, expired worthless. Happens to us all, my guy, man. Happens to us all. I can't see the Discord link. Maybe, let me see. I'll update it. Hold on, let me go to Discord very fast. And... invite people. Edit invite link expires never. Generate new link. Copy. All right. Discord right here. And if you guys refresh the page or the video, you guys will see the Discord link down there if you wanted to join it. And man, we are just, I mean, there's a fight going on here, guys. There's a fight going on. It doesn't look like the longs are going to win it, but there is a fight here. We haven't been able to close down below this 69,500 on the 5-minute chart just yet. You can see there's a lot of buying pressure up here. We got a minute left, so we'll see what happens here. But man, this is an annoying little thing to watch right now. Let's see. Hey, Ghost. Oh, you guys, if you can't push the like button, I'd really do appreciate it. Like, every single like, every single comment does help out a lot. Oh, right here. If you're not hurting, you're not learning. I feel that. I mean, a lot of the random stuff I remember in high school are the questions I got wrong, not the questions I got right. And here we come back down a little bit more, guys. See, how much have we dropped over the last few minutes in this high? Okay. Oh my god, the YouTube investing ads are hilarious. They are very hilarious. They're very scripted, and they're like, I have all the answers you need to make lots of money in the world. Yeah, YouTube ads, yeah, or the trading ads in particular, yeah, they're not good. I don't mind the ones that tell me about a platform, but the ones that are trying to sell me a secret way to make millions of dollars, I'm just like, bro, people are gullible enough, people want to make money enough, right? So, oh, hey, Alpha. So if my strike is 420 and it goes to 410, it's more money. Yes, you can sell anytime before expiration. You can sell anytime before expiration as long as there's buyers in the market to sell your product to, right? Now, as far as SPY is concerned, there's always going to be buyers and sellers in the market for what you want. Yeah, there's always going to be buyers and sellers in SPY. But for other coins or other stocks, sometimes it's not as heavy as the market, so it might be harder to buy and sell. But if that's the case, when you see the bid versus ask, you're going to see the numbers being very, very wide apart, which means you don't want any part of that particular option. But yeah, so if your strike is 420 and it goes to 410, it's more money. Yeah, you'll be in what's called in the money. You'll be in the money, and when you're in the money, this means it means you can actually hold through expiration, and it'll automatically sell the option for you, and you get the money into your account, or you have the option to exercise. If your option is out of the money at time of expiration, it will be deemed worthless, and there's no reason to have it, and you just won't have any money left in your account, or for that trade. Discord says unable to accept invite. What the? Why does it do that? Let me see what I can do here. I do not know what's going on with the Discord. Let me see if I can make another one. Invite people. I'll do a 7-day link or whatever. Maybe that'll just make it a little bit easier. Maybe it'll work now for you guys. Maybe. Let's see. Ladies, well, that's a bummer. Definitely. Good show, at least. Can you explain to them about the decay of options trade date? What do you mean by that? Decay of option? Do you mean theta? Let's see. If you're talking about theta, think of it like this. So while we're doing this, I could probably use this over here as a little exhibit of an example. Major support level. Okay. And let me get a little brush. Okay, so let's say there's a house. Little house with little door. Okay, there's a house right here. This is house. There's a house right here, and this guy owns the house, right? This guy's name is Zach. He owns this house, and there's this other guy over here. His name is Walt. This guy comes over to him and says, hey, your house is valued at $100,000. Right? Sorry for the bad thing here. But your house is valued at $100,000. I would like the right to buy your house for $100,000 in 5 years' time. Right? So he wants to wait 5 years before doing this. So he can buy, he wants the right for the next 5 years. So that's the expiration date, 5 years, right? And so this guy is like, why would I give you the right to buy my house for $100,000 5 years from now? I'm sure the value of my house is going to go up, right? So this guy says, oh, fair enough. Well, I will give you, $5,000 for the right to buy this house for $100,000 within the next 5 years, whatever I want to. I want the right to do that. Okay? Now, this, when you guys buy options, you're not buying this. You're buying this, the right to buy it, and therefore you're paying the premium. This is the premium, where you get from person A to person B, the person that owns it and the person that wants it, right? And so, let's say that 5 years later, the house is now worth $150,000. I won't add all the zeros, but $150,000. Well, that means when you exercise, everything's done in the world, everything's all done, that you got a house that's worth $150,000, but you only had to pay $100,000 for it. So when you sell everything, you've made a profit of $50,000 minus the $5,000 premium that you had to pay for the right to buy it down the road. Okay? Now, that is, that's going to be about $45,000 profit at that point. So, now, instead of that, let's say that instead of it hitting $100,000, let's say that instead it actually fell down. There was a huge recession, the market crashed or something like that, and now it's worth $90,000. Okay? Now, this is what's going to happen. You paid the $5,000 for it, okay? And I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you guys. So it's now worth $90,000. Well, you paid $5,000 for the right to buy the house at $100,000, but now the price is $90,000. Are you going to pay for a house that's worth $90,000? You're going to pay $100,000 for it? No. So this contract then becomes worthless. So now that's why your premium goes down to zero when the price goes down too far, right? And I'm going to try to explain this in a few different ways here. So let's say everything was fine, for years 1, 2, and 3, everything was kind of working okay. But let's say in year 5, towards the end of closer to expiration date, what happened? The price went down to $90,000. Well, that means this premium here, right, that was being traded, the price of this, it wasn't always going to stay at $5,000. It can go up to $6,000, $4,000, $3,000. But the closer it gets, this is where theta comes in, the closer that the expiration comes into effect, and the less likely that the price of the house is going to be above the value of the security, the house, whatever, is going to be above the strike price, which right now is $100,000. Since it's below it and there's not a high chance of it getting back that high in that short amount of time, this is going to become less and less, have less and less value. And that's theta decay. Since, less likelihood of you making money, less and less opportunity for you to make money. There's something else I was going to say right there, but I forgot what it was. No, that's about the gist of options right there. A little confusing. Sorry for all the weird little drawings and stuff, but you guys get my point. But most of the time, you guys aren't even worried about this stuff. You're literally just trading the premium. If the house value goes up, this value goes up to $6,000. You sell it, you pocket it $1,000. You don't have to worry about all the complicated stuff. The people that really do worry about all this top stuff, about the values and stuff, those are usually hedge funds or corporations or, a lot of people with a lot more money than us. You just got to worry about selling the premium. You just got to worry about the $5,000 and stuff like that. You're trading from person A to person B. There we go. Unfortunately, still coming down here a little bit. There we go. All right. Hey, so I'm still unable to join Discord. That is weird. I do not know how to fix that. Because I have my Discord right here. You might be able to search for Michael Whitman Investing and see what happens here. Or I can go over here to edit server profile. I don't think I have much control over stuff on this one. Server settings. There we go. No. Yeah, create an invite, create an invite. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I really don't know how why the link isn't working. I'll try it for tomorrow's stream, so check it back then. Maybe Discord's just having an issue, or maybe I don't know what's going on, but I can always ask a friend to help me out after the stream is over. Do you have the invite going to unverified users? I don't know. Let me go back over here and check it out. I'm not too Discord savvy here, so give me a second. As we're watching, we're getting tit down here a little bit more. Back right here. Server settings, invites. I don't think so. Let's see. Hey, Doodle, you really want Spy to come down? Let's see. Hey, Elmer, who decides all of what the options are? I believe it's like the major indexes themselves. So like obviously Spy has more than anything else. You got a lot on Tesla and stuff like that. Think of the SEC and like the government bureaucracies, so to speak. They come up with all the information, I believe, in partnership with the corporate sector, if you will. Some options are much easier than others. So like, if you guys wanted to get started in options, I'll give you guys a watch list here pretty soon. It's mostly going to be stuff like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Carnival Cruise Lines, maybe. Those are cheaper options, and they're not nearly as crazy as something like Tesla. Like an option for Apple may cost you $100 to a couple $100, depending on how much you want to spend on it. But an option for Tesla or Amazon, it might cost you like over $1,000 just to buy a simple option for it. So, you got to be careful about which one you're looking for. But I'll bring around a watch list for you guys in case you guys want to follow some of the same stuff I do. I usually don't trade too many things. Normally if I have like a watch list of 20 things, I only trade those 20 things. Because of YouTube, I've been growing that number, and I've just been watching a bunch more stuff. But of course, it takes up a lot more time because I have to do technical analysis. Pretty much every day, just take a quick look what's happening. And as that list gets longer and longer, I have less time, but it's not too much more time, if that makes sense. So I'm able to do it here. Excuse me. I'll post. Here's the Discord link. I don't know if it's gonna work or not though. Accept invite. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with it. Let's see. Hey, Courtney, do you have a certain percentage you try to sell your options at, or does it vary option to option? So I will sell my options, not necessarily when I feel like I made enough profit, but at levels of resistance, I start scaling out. What's a good example of stuff I've played over? Apple. I just talked about Apple. I think I have tons of technical analysis on Apple right now, as far as my on trading view. So you guys can see how often I've been trading Apple, right? Well, I've been trading Apple for a while, but this is since I started the YouTube channel. I was doing this technicals. So you see right here, there was a clear breakout right here. So I bought. Okay. Well, I didn't just buy everything here and then sell everything here. I'm not that smart. What I did is I bought here. I held on for a little bit. I got worried right here, but then it started to pop, and I was like, oh, fine. There was a level of resistance right here. You can see that this where this wick was. I sold off 25% of my options right there. All right. Then we got right here. And I didn't sell anything because we popped above it so easily. So I was like, fine. Kept on chugging along, chugging along. What happened? I sold 50% of my options right here because you saw we kind of struggled. Came back down here. I sold about 50% right here. In fact, I actually sold it this day. I could have made more money if I held it one more day, but you know what? I bought here, so my options were fine. All right? And then I sold the rest of mine right around here and this day right here as it came back down. And I was very, very happy with how the play turned out. Now, I could have, I didn't, hold long enough to make all this money off this ones and stuff like that. But you buy here, sell a little bit here, little bit at these levels of resistance, and you should be fine. Oh, geez, Bitcoin just took a nasty dip right there. But yeah. Oh, snap. There's that dip. Woosha, 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 woosha. Strong move down right now. And hey, Alpha, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, Mike, for everything and helping. I'm learning a lot. I wasn't familiar with puts. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a whole different way to think about the market, especially when you hop into options. Because when everybody teaches you options, most of the time you're thinking about the house scenario, like, I want the right to buy something. But in reality, you're never going to buy the house. You're never going to buy that thing to begin with. All you do is you're trading the right to buy it. The right to buy is the product that you physically have. Or you don't physically, that's what you own. Yeah. All right, we're back to Bitcoin now. Yeah, this is definitely crash 2.0, so to speak. Not like devastating crash. I mean, that's not now, but it is a crash here. We have a Fibonacci level here. It looks like. What happens? Stop for a second. This is our last Fibonacci level for a while. See, but Courtney, sometimes if I want, I will have a percentage, but it has nothing to do with the technicals. It's just like, hey, I want to get at least 100% off of this or something like that. I like to scale out at certain resistance levels if I'm doing calls. See. Yeah, and guys, I'll whenever I have a video that comes out as far as technicals about options and stuff, I'll post it in there. And you guys know I'm pretty swamped with just personal life stuff with everybody, my family. But I will try to be more in there and like just say hi to you guys and answer some questions and give some plays and stuff like that, or stuff I'm just looking at. Maybe it's stuff that's on my personal watch list that I haven't made a video about yet. I'm like, hey guys, I just added this to my watch list. Take a look at it, and then maybe when it's a little bit more, I'm more confident about it. Maybe I'll tell it to the YouTube channel. But I think that I want to grow the Discord to be one of those Discord group chats where like everybody's having fun, talking, education and stuff like that. It's just a lot of work. I gotta find people to help me out with that because you saw those major ones. They have all these armies of people helping them out, like army of moderators, army of people that like to give out plays, a whole army of stuff like that going out. Let's see. Babyfish missing your opportunity. Oh, I would bet that Babyfish is already in a he already bought some shorts a while ago. Hey Frank, it might not go back down to $30,000 at the moment. We do have some support levels, but it could definitely come back down to like $37,000, $35,000 here. We have a GAN support, but I don't know how strong that's going to be since Bitcoin's making a stronger move. It can really burn through these. Like here, we broke down below 3-to-1 here. The next one we have is all the way down here at 37,617. But the major support, the really, really important support, that's been broken. And we saw it right here. As soon as that happened, I was like, ah. That's why a few of you guys said, hey, you guys got stopped out here. Should I buy back in? I was like, I'll wait a little bit. Once the breakdown happens, it's, a lot of drama can follow it. And this is the drama. There we go. All right. Hey Gus, I wonder if the sell-off is from the hedge funds or from AMC shorts ready to fight the apes tomorrow. If you haven't heard, all AMC holders are buying tomorrow to keep the stock from closing under $20. I mean, it could be. They could really be trying, but I don't know. You guys know me. I like making money. I made like $1,500 in like 5 minutes off of GameStop while day trading options. But I'm not one to pump my money into something like that as far as AMC and GameStop. Let's see what happens tomorrow with those particular stocks, but I don't know. I've never really bought into I never bought into meme stock stuff like that. I don't mind day trading options on them, but as far or doing breakouts, but they all broke down pretty clearly. So I want to only buy those particular stocks again if they break out again. Hey, D's. Yeah, Dogecoin usually holds pretty solid when Bitcoin's falling down here. Um, what do we got? Most of the cryptos are coming down even more right now. You're seeing a pretty large. This is pretty much a crash 2.0 here. Here, crypto. Yeah, I mean, you could try to make another Discord and see if it works. I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully you're able to come along. Let's see. Yeah, Ahmed's probably chilling with his son right now, probably enjoying the gains, or he's just watching the chart, being very patient at the moment. Hey, Tony, happy to see you back, my man. Been down, but mostly been up with the same time I had. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people going to be down right now. A lot of people. Most people's stop losses just hit a few minutes ago back over here, and now everybody else that didn't get their stop losses hit. Now it's just coming down here. So it's kind of a shame because right now we're seeing a head and shoulders come to fruition. We may actually come back up to 39,600 over the next few days and then come back even further down. So a lot of times we do like a V. So like imagine this being a day chart, right? Come down, come back up, and then come down even more like that. That happens quite a bit because you have to reestablish this level of resistance. I mean, but we are getting pummeled right now. There we go. Yeah, we are getting hit hard. All right, let's see. Hey, W.S. Gaddafi. Kafidi. Sorry, my man. I'm always bad at pronouncing names. Mike has said it time and time again. Long term it will pay off. Oh, yeah. Remember, over the last few weeks, I've been saying every single day as I start the stream, guys, remember, we have an opportunity to come up here, but overall, Bitcoin is still bearish. And I tell you that is that just because I want you guys to understand the core, like the macro level of what's going on before we talk about possibilities of how we can get out of here or smaller ways to make money while we do certain day trades or short-term swing trades within this whole bearish move we see. Hey, legit, some good sales right now. I'm looking at DOT and some Ethereum class. Ethereum's really good. I do like DOT. DOT actually had a pretty good rally a few weeks ago as well, and I know it can come up a little bit more after all this crap bowl was done with it. Tate learned to love it. There we go. Let's see. There we go, guys. Yeah, but right now, let's just kind of wait to see how this turns out. But we are not having a good day in the world of crypto. So when I see stuff like this, I tend to come over here to YouTube. Let's see. Find out what's going on here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I had to look at something else. Hey guys, Mike, I'm not sure if you already answered this question, but do you see Doge touching 12 cents again with Bitcoin under 40K? I could see it touching 12 cents here. Bitcoin would really have to take a flash crash for that to happen, not so much this baby dip stuff we're seeing right now, though. But 12 cents is not out of the question. I'd personally be looking to buy Dogecoin anywhere between 12 and 13, maybe 12 and 14 cents. Probably less than 13 cents. I'd be happy with buying Dogecoin right now. Excuse me, less than 14 cents. I'd be happy to buy Dogecoin. But I already have enough. I'm not buying more. You do this as a hobby? Not a bad hobby to have. Crypto is a really fun thing to do. Hey Tony, I'm doing well. Thanks, my man. I'm getting over my COVID stuff still, but I'm hoping to get better here soon enough. Yeah, my average cost of Ethereum is 3,400. I'm trying to average it down. Yeah, I'd probably wait a little bit. Can't hurt to wait a little bit more on this one. If your average is 3,400, you could definitely start to average it down right now. But I would literally just start doing smaller positions over time, and just in case it does continue to go down here. Remember, this is only day one of breaking down below the head and shoulders. Only day one. Hey Taruk, would you buy and hold Sand 3.5 and Ethereum 2,800 now? Not really. I'd wait to see. I'd wait a little bit longer to see if we really do come down a little bit more. Usually, when these patterns end up coming down, they come down for days on end once the pattern is confirmed. Maybe we might have something weird happening, like maybe whales can save us. But usually, when we break down below a head and shoulders pattern, which this currently is, we go down for a few days. So what I would say is, if you wanted to buy into anything, this goes for any of you guys. If you guys wanted to buy into anything right now, your best bet is to not buy in bulk at the moment. If you guys have $1,000, put $50 into the market today, another $50 tomorrow, and wait it out until all that that $1,000 that you have is ready to be spent on the coins you guys want to. But I would say don't go all in at this moment, because you'd be going all in right as a coin is breaking down. McDonald's will accept Dogecoin. I'd be really happy if McDonald's can accept Dogecoin. That'd be really fun to see. I mean, that would just be fun to actually use it for that. Hey, Daylight. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. I don't know why it's taking so long for me to get over this. I got a COVID test today just to make sure I'm trying to figure out if I'm over COVID, or if because I had COVID led to some type of chest infection, cold thing, something like that. And as long as I don't have COVID, I'll be able to kind of tunnel this through. If for some reason I have COVID and I've had COVID for like over a month or something like that, then I'm gonna have to go see my doctor again and be like, "Hey, dude, what's going on with me? What's going on, my man? I got vaccinated. Why do I still have COVID?" And he'll have to help me out there. Let's see right here. Hey, teaser, anyone see the Robinhood wallet news? No, what happened? Oh, Robinhood is giving wallets slow to use. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Let's see. Well, remember, Robinhood is still having tons of issues with generating revenue. Robinhood made a bunch of money off of the meme stock rallies and Dogecoin rallies over the past year or so. Without those rallies, they really aren't making as much money. And remember, there are currently committees in the Senate and in the House working on a plan to try to ban payments for order flow data. And that's how Robinhood makes most of its money. So, hold on one second here. See right here. So I got a message from my grandma saying there was a COVID test positive at my sister's school, so I got to do some work on that later on. I was going to show you guys about Robinhood. Remember, Robinhood stock is still going down. I bought some a little bit ago, just a small amount as an opening position, and I'll continue to buy it probably once a week or something like that. But if we do hit a correction, you could see Hood go back under $10 or so. So, you know, since it opened up at about $40 or so, it's now at 13. So it's lost like almost 75% of its value. Excuse me. 67% of its value. 67. I was a little bit off there. 67%. So, not a good investment at the moment. And you can see everybody's been selling off their shares here, right? Can't blame them for that either. But yeah, so their stock is becoming more and more worthless. So they need to find a way to generate some revenue and generate some interest in their stock. Because right now it's not looking too good. I wonder how the weekend is going to look. Definitely will be tuning into the channel. Hey, I appreciate it, Legit Raider. For now, guys, there's just going to be a lot of volatility. You guys know, well, I guess I've been telling you guys for a couple days now to expect a large move. Who knows if it was going to come up or down. Ironically, it went up a lot, then down a lot. that's just kind of the market gods messing with us. But there's a reason I was telling you guys get ready for some volatility, because it could be really good volatility or really bad. I really hate that it went up and broke out, because I gave a lot of false hope to people. That was some whale really trying to mess with people's souls at that level. But yeah, so hopefully this doesn't come down too much more over the next few days. It should come down even more later on, but over the next few days I'm hoping it finds a good bottom here. Let's see. Oh, hey, Legit Raider. Also, I took your advice on SPY. Seems like a nice YOLO play. That's what I'm thinking. And so far, I'm up about 60-something%. I know some of you guys who I asked somebody how much they were up earlier. And I think they said 80% or something like that. So 82%, I believe, is the number I got from them. Maybe. Can't scroll up long enough. It hurts my eyes to scroll up on the thing. But yeah, those puts are up 82% for one person. So I'm really happy they've been making you guys money. I'll just say, whenever you guys, these are YOLO plays, so who knows if the SPY will actually go down to $400 or $425 or whatever. Feel free to sell your options whenever you feel like you've made enough money, or you feel like we've hit a level of support or something like that. It is definitely okay to do that, especially because we don't know exactly how long the expiration is. My expiration for my puts, I think, is like February 11th or February 13th. You guys may have February 20th or February 29th or something. 28th to me, something like that. So just make sure you guys have everything you need to make sure you lock in some gains to make some money off of those YOLO plays. Hey, Rip, even the CFO sold some shares? Oh, everybody sold some shares. I mean, guys, look at it like this. So Bitcoin's just looking to consolidate a little bit more here. It'll get exciting here probably a little bit later. So you saw Hood selling off. Remember Peloton? I don't know what Peloton, PT. Okay, let me just go here. Peloton, there you go. You see Peloton's come down a lot. Come down here. Woo. I mean, at $124, like, okay, right now the price of Peloton is $24. Keep that in mind, $24. When it was at $130, $120, selling millions and millions and millions and millions because they knew this thing was going to fall like a freaking rock. And what happened? It fell like a freaking rock. Right? And the same thing's happening a lot. But how can I explain this in a very, very, very simple way? Because of COVID, the Federal Reserve was given a lot more power and a lot more authority, or they used a lot more of their authority to print a bunch of money. They were pumping in so much money into the markets and the housing markets, the stock markets, etc. Pumping in a lot of money to the tune of $200 billion a month into the market. $200 billion into the market per a month. And because of that, the whole market got inflated. We rose up really, really fast. Now, people like us, we bought low, we sold high, we bought options, we made our money, we were doing fine and being happy. But, let's say you're, Elon Musk, and we go all the way back here to, well, actually, let me go over here. Okay, let's go all the way back over here. Right? So let's say you're Elon Musk and you had a bunch of shares. Let's just say, let's say right after the COVID crash happened, right? We'll kind of get back on our feet type of thing. Well, let's say Elon, how much shares did Elon sell over let's just use one example here. Musk, Elon, he sold 923,000 shares, all right? So let me go over here and calculator. All right, let me put this here. 923,000 shares, okay? And at that point in time, they were worth $149, so times 149. So whatever that number is, the heck? spelled out. Are you kidding me? It's a phone number at the same time? Okay. 137 5 137 5 137.5 million dollars. Let's say that, okay? I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is. I really wish I knew the number. But basically, this long number right here turned into 92. I'm going to lose my train of thought here. $923. $923. And then now you multiply that by what Tesla is now, $996. $996. So we got this number right here. See how that 1 turned into a 9? And that's just a little bit of the shares he has. That's how crazy the market's been inflated. Now, Tesla's a pretty extreme example, but you can see how much money's been made because of what the Federal Reserve's been doing. So they've been selling off. They've been selling off tens of thousands of shares. And so what's going to happen? The market's going to take it, right? Now, certain things are going to do better than others, but, you know, for real, guys, it's going to be a real scary time coming up ahead. Not so much scary. It's just going to be a correction. Here to Bitcoin, though. There we go. So things, yeah, we'll see how the economy goes. We'll see if there's a war coming or not. You know, Joe Biden had that gaffe yesterday, or a few gaffes yesterday during the press conference, and the whole world went on a tissy fit because of it. So we're gonna have to see what happens with that. If Russia goes to war with Ukraine, that's going to hurt the American markets even more. Even if America doesn't necessarily go directly to war with Russia, which we're not going to do, the fact that we're going to cut them out of all of the U.S. dollar across the world, it'll cause some chaotic stuff. Massive sanctions. Russia may freaking implode economically. Like, it may get some really bad stuff happen in Russia, which is probably the idea. Probably the idea they have there. Hey, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'm just hoping to get over COVID fast enough. It's just the symptoms. Like, my chest hurts a teeny bit more. My throat hurts a little bit, and now that what was happening in my throat was spreading to my ears. So I'm just gonna keep on taking a lot of cold medicine. Taking stuff like Tylenol, vitamin C, and stuff like that should help me out. I don't take medicine as much as I should, so maybe I should do that a little bit more here, but I'm doing my best to get over this COVID stuff so I can talk to you guys more. I like to stream. I like to chat with you guys. It's hard to do that when I'm like, I can barely talk for a long amount of time. Hey, legit. I would love for you to make more videos on stuff like that. Oh, definitely, guys. Definitely. So do I. That was my plan for the beginning of this month before COVID hit me. So I'm still going to do it. Just give me a little bit of time to recuperate. But yeah, I'll also talk about the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. I gotta find a way to make myself more presentable for a YouTube audience. Maybe I need to buy a camera or something like that, like a professional camera to do recordings. And I have my desk set up a different way so you guys can see me and we're talking and engaging with you guys. And I have more B-roll clips in my videos. So I'm gonna do all that pretty soon. Expect it more February 1st, but until then, you're gonna see the transition happening now. In a few days now, once I get my new channel art done and my new logo done, I will have everything, like the channel name will be Breakout City. It will no longer be Michael Whitman Investing. Breakout City. Mostly because I'm going to focus on breakouts. So there's a lot of stuff coming and I'm pretty excited for it. Let's see. Look at those buyers on different stocks. It's very weird. If you go to Peloton especially, Peloton had this corporation buying a whole bunch of stocks for it. Remember, Peloton's like at $24 right now. People were like, there was a hedge fund or something that bought Peloton at $120 or something like that. Insane. Insane. They have lost so much money. I feel so bad for the owner of that hedge fund because they lost a lot of credibility. nobody in their right mind would buy Peloton at the height of the pandemic. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense because people were only buying Pelotons because COVID was there, right? And going further, only a certain amount of people can actually afford Pelotons because they're so freaking expensive in the first place. And in order to use them, you have to pay some type of monthly fee for them. It made no sense to buy Peloton at the time of the pandemic. I never once recommended buying Peloton. It just made no sense to me. I probably should have done some type of long-term put on it, but I didn't have that type of foresight. But it was just so obvious that eventually people were not going to be looking to do that because people enjoy going to the gym. They enjoy seeing their gym buddies and stuff like that. And while a class environment could be kind of fun, it's not the same as having your gym buddy or go walking outside or doing stuff like that. Because remember, for a while they tried to stop anybody from actually going outside, like a curfew. You can't go outside. We've been through some stuff with COVID. I think people are pretty much over it. I think we'll probably later this year try to forcefully move on, but it's going to be a hassle either way. Plus, there's elections coming up. I think if a Republicans say, "Hey, we want to move on a little bit here," they might get more votes. But I think they're already supposed to win the House as it is. Hey, Yasin, hope you're doing well, my man. Thanks for joining. Do you think Chinese market will drop more when the market opens? Oh, probably, yeah. I mean, there's just so much uncertainty in the market right now. There's just so much uncertainty. I mean, forget about crypto for a minute. Like, right now the American economy is starting to show cracks. Not good cracks, just cracks that are not happy, not good. Inflation is causing people to spend a little bit less money. You even saw this during Christmas, people didn't spend as much money. You have a potential war on the horizon. That if Russia and Ukraine go to war, the world's oil prices will skyrocket above $100 a barrel. That'll cause, like, you think gas prices are high now. Just wait to see what happens there. So there's just going to be a lot of chaos in the foreseeable future. Biden didn't help by making that gaffe yesterday, saying, "Hey, Russia, you can invade a little bit of Ukraine and you might not get in too much trouble, but don't invade all of Ukraine because then you're really going to get in trouble." Like, who says that? I mean, maybe that's what is being talked about from the NATO allies. I don't know. But that's not something you actually say at a press conference when the whole world is watching you. And I understand it was a mistake, and they tried to clean it up. But stuff like that. And after the Afghanistan debacle with I don't like being in Afghanistan, but it wasn't so much being like leaving. It was much more of like the execution of the plan of removing everybody, if that makes sense. That poor level of execution from the military and the commander-in-chief, it leads me to believe, like, what's going on right now, and if I'm thinking that, I'm guaranteeing some rich person's thinking that too. So we all just want to make our money and hopefully not have a war, and have prices go through the roof. It'll be a interesting time going forward, to say the least. Hey, Trick. Get an oximeter. I'll try to find one of those. I bet I can get one on Amazon or something like that, maybe. I would like to know what my oxygen levels are. Maybe my mom has one, actually. She might be able to help me with that one. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Hey, I'm happy to see you back, man. I agree, Peloton is super expensive, and you have to buy additional accessories that cost even more, and then you also have to pay for membership per month. Yeah, I'm like, that's corporate America buying Pelotons. There's only so many people in freaking corporate America that's willing to buy those. And plus, you notice that Peloton actually had competition from other products out there. Like, there was that mirror that you could do exercise to, or there was a mirror that had pop-out weights and stuff where you were exercising, but you had weights and things like that. So there was a lot of stuff going on as far as Peloton's concerned, and it never looked like a good buy to me in the first place. Only time you would have wanted to buy it was back in COVID. I missed out on buying it during COVID. I was paying attention to Ford, but my Ford position's done a lot better than Peloton has. So let's see. Hey, Frank. Next week the Fed comes out to rate increase. Then what? Then we go down even more. The stock market, not the crypto market. But yeah, we're most likely going to come down even more. It'll be a pickle, guys. It'll be a pickle. Remember, the market is being held up by the Federal Reserve. It's tons of free money. What happens when the free money stops? The market has not. The market's had free money for so long. how are they going to react when they don't have free money anymore? Free money is free money. But what happens when you stop it? Right? Let's see. And hey, Probin, Bitcoin broke the head and shoulders neckline. Where can it possibly go after this? I would say short-term support is probably around $37,000 or so, $37,700, I think, 37,700. Then after that, we're probably heading down towards 35,000, 34,000. So hopefully we're going to be able to hold. But since this, if it holds below the day candle here, if the day candle closes below the neckline, we're going to have a few days of going down here. I would say a decent low to buy in at is anywhere under like $37,000. You can start taking smaller positions in there. Maybe if you wanted to buy larger positions, maybe wait for it to hit down to $34,000, $35,000. See. Hey Ryan, you ready to load up? I think we will have a huge drop in the stock market tomorrow. After market today was really bad. Disney held all day and has been for a while, but my order filled at 150.45 after hours. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, the overall market, it just doesn't look good, guys. And we're breaking down it. Like, there's actually technicals saying we're going down as far as the SPY, NASDAQ, and all other type of stuff. So there's not a lot of good stuff. And we're about to have a death cross here on all the major indexes. And the not the small death cross, the big death cross where the 50-day moving average crosses below the 200 moving average. We haven't had that for a while, and we're going to have to see how the market reacts to that. It doesn't bode well for us, which is fine. I mean, since most of you guys are newer to trading, you might as well learn as much as you can during these bear markets that we're in. That way, when the bullish market comes out, you can easily buy on the breakouts. Because if you're buying a breakout in a bullish move, it's much easier for it to just keep on going up rather than trying to buy a breakout in a downtrend, because the breakout isn't always as reliable, right? So a good example of this would be Apple. So, for a while here, we had a bunch of breakouts. So breakout 1, there was another breakout over a level of resistance. Came back down here, consolidation. There was a breakout right here if you saw it, but it was a kind of a faulty breakout, to be honest. Then there was another one from here to here. People could have gotten on that one. There was another breakout here. A breakout. I wonder if there's bad news here or something like that. Well, there was a breakout right here you would have bought and you still would have made money on it. This breakout isn't here anymore. The false breakout, I think that was Omicron. I think that was Omicron news that hit that one. But it was very easy to make money. And you said the further we got along here, the harder it was to find the breakouts and make them more reliable. Now you take something like a... what's something that's been falling down here a little bit? Boeing is a good one. I'm looking for a major stock that's been falling down pretty consistently, even with everything else kind of going up. So as we look at Boeing, here was the first breakout for Boeing. Well, it broke up, came back down. Faulty breakout. Maybe there was another one right here. Broke out, then kind of came up. That was a little bit easier. At the same time, still the same breakout, so that was fine for that one. I break out here for Bitcoin. Broke out, didn't do nothing. And you can see when you're not catching on to that momentum here, it can really just be a pain. It can really be a pain in the butt. And this is a bear market for Boeing. See, right? You kind of pull everything back. We've had a little bit of a drop, but overall, this is still not a good looking chart. And that's because it's been falling for other reasons before COVID even hit. There was the battery issues, some update issues, stuff like that. But they stopped dividends. They stopped dividends way back over here. That was a big no-no. You don't do that. No. But you guys get my point. It's very hard to do these breakouts here. And we had a breakout right here. Look at this one. Another breakout. What happened? Nothing happened right there. So it's much harder to break out when you're trying to do a trend reversal. Now you had a double bottom here and you broke above the neckline, and that was a potential play right there. But even that didn't work out too well. It's just going to be a rough time in this bear market right now, where you guys are probably going to want to be learning how to do puts and stuff like that, and shorting, and take the time to learn right now. You can also buy the longs. It's fine too. There's going to be tons of stuff to buy, but don't be afraid to learn how to short, and don't be afraid to learn how to buy puts. Sorry, I heard my dog fart. It doesn't smell good. Sorry, I missed your quick question. A discussion on Ethereum a while ago. What did you feel as a new low? Maybe tested with Bitcoin dropping to talking to Heat or me? Oh, hold on. So we saw that breakdown first. So first of all, your first support for Ethereum is going to be down here at 2,600 abouts. I'd probably take a smaller position there and see what happens. That'd be the level I'd be looking at. Then from there, it might actually try to rebound up here to the Fibonacci level of 2,900 or maybe even 3,000. And then if it continues to fall back down to maybe something like 2,400, this is the zone where I'd be looking to buy much more of a stronger position, like a larger, medium to large position. You could buy a medium position right here, but larger position right here. So first level, close one right here, about 2,600. After that, about 2,400. Those are the levels I'm looking at. If it falls down below that one, I mean, then we're really headed back down to some really crazy territories for Ethereum, where it could go all the way back down here to this level of support around $2,000, excuse me. I don't want to see that happen. And then, of course, we also have Matic here. We talked about this a couple days ago. It did break down, and that's the result of the breakdown. This is pretty interesting as well because, you know, I trade options more for a living than crypto, and I trade crypto, and it's fine. I make money off of it. I make more money than I lose. But as I've been looking at this over the last year, I've learned a lot, I've learned a lot of information about how crypto works and a lot of the random patterns that aren't real patterns in terms of like triangles and stuff. But it's like, hey, if Bitcoin is kind of hovering around support, and it's even if it's doing okay, if we're seeing a majority of altcoins breaking down below some long-term support levels, those altcoins are most likely gonna come down even further, and they'll drag Bitcoin down to a certain extent. That's one of the things I've learned over watching the last few, watching crypto as much as I have, like constantly, over the past year or so. And so I'll make a video talking about some of these small little details that I see. So the fact we're like, hey, sometimes when Ethereum breaks down a day, Ethereum will break down a day before Bitcoin. And against these long trend lines that we've been watching, when stuff breaks down, you know, it's a sign that like, hey, the overall, somebody knows something in one of these coins, the overall market's going to come down. I'll find a better way to articulate what I just said, but I'm hoping you guys get the general idea of what I've been talking about. See it here. Just for clarification, my side, is Bitcoin in a downtrend channel like when I started? And no, not yet. Not in a channel just yet. It's in a it's just now completing a head and shoulders. If you're looking at like long-term Bitcoin movement, you probably would have to go to the weekly chart. Oops, I did something I wasn't supposed to. Let me just go here, Bitcoin. Weekly chart. Get rid of all these drawings. Why is it not letting me? Okay, there we go. So, if you wanted to draw a downward channel, you could. It would look something like this. So, if this is what you're talking about, it's not gonna hit the exact lines you're looking at levels, but it's gonna look some. Why is it popping into place here? Stop popping into place. Something like that. And as far as the bottom's concerned, something like that. Maybe it'll look a little bit pretty if you do that. No, that's not going to work out. Something more like that, if you will. It's going through some of this stuff. Don't worry about it. but that's the general channel you're looking at. It won't stay in this channel for long. It'll either come up or come down, whatever, right? I'm hoping we can find support around here. Forget about the Fibonacci lines. Somewhere around here at like $36,500 and try to bounce back off and then try to break out. I want to believe that you see how we came down to this low right here at 3,100. The next time we had a major crash, it came down just close, but not as close. I want to believe that when we come back down here, we won't come all the way back down to 30,000. What is this at? 30. What is this? Yeah, 28,000, 29,000. Maybe we'll just come back down here a little bit above it or something like that, and then we'll have a chance to continue the rally on, so to speak. Because if we start breaking down below this turns into a massive double top, and then we're possibly heading back all the way down here to $19,000, $20,000 as far as Bitcoin's concerned, because we have support right here, from here to here. And that'd be the big level of support, and it happens to be where the 200 weekly moving average is at. And then, of course, we're close to a death cross here on the weekly charts as well. So there is an opportunity for us, if at the worst case scenario, if you ask me, but where we could come back down to $20,000 or so. All right. Now, this would take a while. This is a weekly chart, so it would take weeks and weeks and weeks for this to happen. And it's not like we're just going to come down, 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 right? We'd come up and down all around. And in that case, we would have a much better opportunity of breaking out of this double top type of pattern right now, right? So, as far as just a good level of support that I'm looking at, or the trend line, excuse me, what I'm looking at here, I'm looking at this head and shoulders that broke on this chart right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, and I'm looking at the next level of support being somewhere around here about like $36,500 if we're just going by basic support and resistance levels. Yeah, that major support did not hold up at all. Yeah, no worries, Bideford. Let's see. Hey, Alex. Hello. Let's see. Hey, Crypto Fauci. Can I look at CVX, please? Yeah, hold on a second. CVX. I don't have enough data on this one. Let me see. There you go. That's a little better. Close to a breakdown there. Did break down there. So it hasn't broken down yet, but it's close to a breakdown. If it didn't have this long wick, you could easily just do a point A to point here, right here. Excuse me, point A to point B, right there. And you can see we broke down there. So in terms, we did have one breakdown here. It looks like we're breaking down below the 50-day moving average as well. So you might expect this to come back down to at least $33 for a level of support. And if you wanted to buy some, hopefully Bitcoin's found some support by then as well. That's why I'd be looking at CVX. If Bitcoin continues to drop back down to 35,000, less than 37,000, $36,000 levels, I would look to buy around $30 instead, $29.38, around there. And of course, yeah, about now 25. But I would say $30 or so would probably be a good opportunity to be buying in there. I would assume since Bitcoin's looking pretty nasty at the moment, we would probably fall down below the $33 support level here, and I'd probably just move my my limit orders over here to about $30 or so. Hey, Corinda. We're doing a little bit better. My mom's exercising a lot more. She's walking around in her walker, and she's like exercising so she can get back into physical shape. She has a couple more doctor's appointments. Then she's going to be cleared to do physical therapy. And then once she gets into physical therapy, I'm sure she's going to be fine. She just wants to go back to driving again, right? And I think we all want her to go back to driving. Right now, to go to dialysis, she has to take a wheelchair because she can't stand for too long. And she has to take one of those like little vans or buses, and she absolutely hates it. So my mom's looking at me like right now, like, but it's just until she's able to walk up again, right? So she will afterwards she'll be good to go, and she'll be able to drive her car again, which she'll be very excited about. Hey, Ghost. Oh, a stock. Let me see. CVX. All right. I was doing crypto. Let me see right here. Chevron. Oh, Chevron. Okay, Chevron's gonna be a little bit tricky here, because you're kind of banking on world events. So I have some Chevron, and I was a long-term hold. I bought it back down here around $77. I thought we had a little bit of support from around here. There was not. I still held it anyway because I knew oil was going to go back up. This is an oil play right here. So this may not be the best opportunity to buy it per se, because you can see it already broke out above this resistance here, and this was the last great opportunity to buy it down here at $119. You might try to wait for it to consolidate a little bit, right? If you want to buy this, I would say your best bet is to hope that Ukraine is invaded by Russia, because that'll spike up oil prices. So if I come over here and I go to watch list, and I go over here to USA oil, and go to the day chart here. There you go. You can see not a large similarity, but you can see a small similarity about the dip, right? The dip and rip that happened, and right now we're at these really high levels. So as oil comes up, you're gonna see you're gonna see a lot of gas and oil corporations be making some big bucks here, because they're gonna be able to raise their prices at this point. And who knows if they're going to be able to really lower them back down as fast as we might like them to afterwards. They should be making a good amount of profit. As well as Chevron's just a good company. Like, they have good management here. People don't usually talk about oil companies, but oil companies have, like... in one word, they have lobbyists. And those lobbyists get a lot of stuff done for them in Congress. They are very, very efficient. If you are a big oil lobbyist, you are one of the best in your field at making people money, or making corporations money. So I would say I would look for another opportunity to buy this, maybe on a breakout or something like that. If you're just buying stocks or shares, I would say go back over here to Bitcoin. If you're looking to buy shares and not options, you might be able to use the weekly chart and see if you can pop above any one of these levels of resistance. Like, you have one right here at $131, and the next one up here at $134. Maybe for there's 134 right there. If it's able to break above that 134, that could be a really nice breakout move. Personally, what I see for Chevron also is I'm going to sell my Chevron probably over the next month or so if it doesn't break out above this resistance level. And then I'm probably going to try to wait until it breaks down below this trend line. Right here. And especially another one right here. And if it manages to break down below both of these, I will buy some puts and I will scale out accordingly as I see fit. But right now, I would say probably let's see if it can consolidate a little bit more. Maybe if it comes back down to like $120 or something like that, you can buy into it. But for now, I'd have it on a watch list, not actively as an open trade, unless you were doing something like, unless you're just having stocks. If you're looking to do options on it, I'd really wait for it to break out above 134 before buying into it, and then I'd buy options that expire 2 weeks out, pretty close to in the money. It'll rip for a couple days, sell it within a couple days, make that money, sell 70% or something like that in the first like few days, 3-4 days, 2 to 4 days, I guess. And the last bit of calls you have left, let them rip and see where they go. It may do something really good, it may do something really bad. But right now, without the technicals there, you'd be buying because of oil and the possibility of Russia invading Ukraine, leading to a spike in the oil prices, specifically U.S. crude and British crude and OPEC and all that other good stuff. There we are. All right. Hey, coordinate. Exactly. And thanks, Bide, for it. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Hey, teaser. Oil stocks go 24/7. Not the stocks. Not the stocks go 24/7. But if you want to go to like commodities, like here. Hold on. Oh, I'm out of. You go to this website, Daily FX, right? You'll see the oil prices live. Oil prices are always moving. This is U.S. oil. This is Brent crude. So this is like English oil, right? And you can find all the news about oil. Oil price susceptible to RSI sell signal amid rise in U.S. inventories. Crude oil price forecast bullish momentum remains strong. Next target, Euro bounces back as U.S. dollar pauses on yield dip. Will EU inflation ignite the ECB? A lot of stuff you guys may never even care about. You know, there's a lot of stuff to look at over here. Net long 35%, net short 65. So people may be betting on a short position here, and that's probably a smart position because we're heading up to levels of resistance for oil prices, which don't matter too much because the oil, they kind of rely on the way the world works, right? Or world economics. But my point is, the only thing that would really make oil spike here is war. And while we could definitely head for war, right, or more importantly, Russia and Ukraine, nobody ever really believes war is going to come until it actually happens, if that makes sense. Well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really lived through too many wars. I'm not brave enough to become a soldier. But, I would assume people think there's always a way out of war until it actually comes down to pass. And I would assume that's how most people think about it. Like, if you asked a whole bunch of people around the world, are we going to war with Russia, or is Russia going, not us, but is Ukraine going to war with Russia, Russia invading Ukraine? They might say, no, they're really not going to do it. They just want something out of it. I think that's how an average person would think about it. Maybe somebody that's more in depth in that field would probably say something otherwise, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Hey, I'm a future. Yeah, exactly. Futures trading, exactly. That's how you're going to be able to trade it. When you're talking about oil stocks and stuff like that, they're not 24/7. Let's see. Hey, goes Boyle. Natural gas should be falling back down here a little bit as winter kind of fades. I know it's still going to be cold in some parts of America, but I would, yeah. So Boyle is definitely coming down here. It was high. It was the highest, in the winter months up there. If you were looking to buy into Boyle, I would really try to buy it as close as I could to the support levels down here. Anywhere from like $24 to $25, so it's already close enough to there. And then maybe try to buy it if you wanted to. And again, war would be something that really fixes this up, because what would happen here is one of the effects of the sanctions is a lot of this energy products that come from Russia over to Europe, all that stuff would kind of be cut off, and so the prices would start to skyrocket due to that lack of supply. So that's one of the reasons you'd be buying it now. Otherwise, for this, I'd probably be patient with it for now. See if it comes back down below $24. You might be able to short it. But for now, yeah, try to buy it around $24, hoping for a war or some type of big major event. Otherwise, be careful of both oil and natural gas. For options, I'd wait for a breakout before trading the option, unless you're doing a YOLO play. In which case, goes if you're doing a YOLO play on some of these particular stocks, I would have them be out about like 3 to 4 weeks and be really far out of the money. That way, it doesn't cost you a lot to put some money in there. And if it doesn't work out, you're not losing much. But if it does work out, you're going to be making a bunch of money. But it would be more of a YOLO play right now, just because there's no real breakouts there. Unless you're talking about the Boyle, in which it's kind of close to support, then you might be able to do some calls on that one. Probably hedge with 1 or 2 puts though, just in case. Let's see. Hey Tony, how do I see Bitcoin going? Right now, I see it coming down a little bit more here over the next few days. I'm hoping whales can kind of save us at this point. But Bitcoin did break down below a major support level. We should come back down maybe to 37. Maybe I'm hoping anywhere from $35,000 to $37,000. I really don't want to go down below that much. But there's a possibility that we come all the way back down to $20,000. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the possibility too if you're just looking at support levels. But that's a support level that's way down there, so we have to break through some major level of support well before that even happens. Hey, Amisa. It's up to you whether you want to sell some coins in the altcoin market. I would say in the future, if you have stop losses, it'll help you a lot. It'll make sure that you sell your coins before they start developing too much of a loss for you to handle, or maybe not too much of a loss for you to handle, but too much of a loss where it just becomes annoying to actually have to hold it, and therefore it becomes like a bag or something like that. So I'd really have a stop loss. I have a video about making a trading journal, and that helps you say, hey, if the price goes down this low, I'm selling, and I'll take the loss, but at least I'm not a bag holder. You got to have that type of mindset when it comes to trading crypto, just because of how volatile it can be. When it's everything's going up, everything's perfect, but when things aren't looking so hot, you know, it can really be a bummer to watch the coins go down and down and down and down, and then the whole time you're holding and holding and holding. Well, you could have sold up at a higher level at the breakdown, and then buying back down at these levels and accumulating even more coins for the next bull run that may happen. You know, a few weeks from now, a few months from now, who knows? But you know, that type of mindset is what you need to have. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a day. It's been like a cool 2.5 hour stream. Oh my gosh, I was wondering why my throat hurts hurting so much here. But yeah, it was nice hanging out with you guys. Please make sure to subscribe. I will be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Maybe a little bit early if something really wild is happening with crypto. If you guys have any questions, you know how to reach me. Just send a message down in the comments section, and I will put out a Bitcoin update video for you guys tomorrow to see what's going on and some key levels of support. I'll try to do one for Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, Matic, ADA maybe, Sheep maybe, and some of those ones, okay? So I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thanks, Elmer, Bideford, Ghost, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, Corinda. And I'll see you tomorrow. Time to go rest my voice. Thanks again.